Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for what has been rumoured as the best game of the first round, and it hasn't even started yet. Tonga taking on Papua New Guinea. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic test match and the closest game, I would say, out of the Rugby League World Cup so far. We haven't really had a game that's gone down to the wire that really has had everyone on the edge of their seats, and this game certainly has the potential to do just that. Looking through, first of all, at the Tongan lineup. They have got a strong side for this World Cup, hoping to do something similar to what we saw in 2017. But looking through, it is going to be, first of all, Koala there at number 20 in the side. Daniel Tupou, Will Penasini, Mosisi Suli, then Sawane Katoa, Isaiah Katoa. Sorry, I really struggle with that first name. And also, it will be Tui Moala Lolo here. So that is the back line for the Tongans. They will certainly be looking to be physical, quick, out of the hands as well. Try and get as many chances early as they can. Then for Noah Blake, Kalamatangi, Tatola, I should say, Kaufusi, Alokat Atau. I will struggle with some of these names I should mention, and Talkiaho as the last man in the fullback. I'm also very excited for this game. This is the one that a lot of people have told me you cannot miss. You've got to watch this matchup because it's going to be a hard-hitting affair. Both of these sides going to go out there and give it an absolute massive clash at St. Helens. So it's actually the defending champions of the English League. They're going to be playing at a very prestigious ground right here. We have got Alex Johnson, Dan Russell, McDonald, Olam, Ty, Labart, and Lamb as the backline for Papua New Guinea. Then Albert, Apabai, also Namo, Putt, Martin, and Alec. That is the starting lineup that they have gone with, although for some reason there's no Xavier Coates there from the list that I have got. Is that a late change for Papua New Guinea? Maybe losing Xavier Coates. And at this contest, we have got the Papua New Guinea flags from Gregory, also Papua New Guinea from Honiel. Roger is going for Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, from what I've heard, passionate fan base and pretty much will stick with their side thick and thin. They come in as $9 underdogs, which I don't quite understand, because I feel like there is certainly going to be plenty to put on the table for the Papua New Guineans, and they'll be looking try and do as well as they physically can. These are the benches for Chuaka, one to watch out for the Tongans. We've just finished hearing the Tongan national anthem, which does mean we are not too far away from these two sides clashing out there on the park, and there's going to be a lot of big hits. So if you are squirmish, this is not going to be the game for you, because these players are going to put absolutely everything into every shot that they put on out there on the park. And one of the three games at St. Helens AFC, morning Papua New Guinea, says Roper there. And also hi from Brandon. Hope you are doing well, mate. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be winning this game. Is it going to be a Papua New Guinea upset, or could it be Tonga, who do manage to get themselves over the line just like they have done in the past? It's going to be a big one, right? I am excited. We're about to see some big hits flying. But first of all, predictions. We want to try and get ourselves the score prediction correct. I'm going to say it's going to be closer than some people are giving Papua New Guinea credit for. I'm going to say Tonga by 6. Narrow victory, but that could definitely be 6 in favour of the Papua New Guineans as well. And also, if I had to pick a first try scorer, I'm going to say that it's Alex Johnson. He gets himself in if it's a Papua New Guinean player. If it is a player from Tonga, I'm going with Daniel Tupou. Just two very classy players. I think both of them have the potential of scoring. If anyone is in the UK is streaming on the BBC iPlayer Live, says Ollie there. So that is a perfect option for anyone who is in the UK. Outside of the UK, if you're in New Zealand, you have got the option of watching this on Spark Sport. Hopefully it doesn't freeze like Samoa versus England did, because that was quite a shame when they did end up losing their coverage for a few minutes. Do you think the Black Caps as favourites or going to the semis this time, as they were fresh in the first warm-up match versus South Africa, says Coding? I think the Black Caps are certainly going to have to make sure that they get it right early on in the competition, or they might be having a short trip back from Australia to New Zealand within a first kind of couple weeks or so. And go Tonga, says Brandon, doing the huck. Here we go, says Ollie there. And that is normally where you can really see all of the passion on the face of these players. They are not going to take a backward step, which is why these are going to be massive hits and massive games to play, because at the moment throughout the Sevens World Cup, we have seen England, they were able to beat Samoa 60 points to 6. Australia victorious over the Fijians 42 points to 8. Italy winning over Scotland 28 points to 4. So that was actually the closest game that we had at that point. Then Jamaica, they were absolutely dominated by the Irish, 48 points to 2. New Zealand beating Lebanon, 34 points to 12. Then a repeat of that when France played Greece, 34 points to 12 in favour of the French. We're waiting for a close game in this Rugby League World Cup. Could this one be it? I sure hope so, because if both of these sides turn up, it's got potential to be match of the tournament, I'll be honest. These two sides are certainly going to be massive to watch out there. But Taukei'aho, the captain, he'll be hoping that his boys go out there. They play extremely hard. Is it Women's Rugby World Cup? It is certainly not, Coding. This is the Rugby League World Cup. It's taking place in England rather than New Zealand. The Women's World Cup going to be coming up this weekend alongside this Rugby League World Cup. And then also the T20 World Cup going to be starting up. And there as well, we have got Leo in the chat. Hope you are doing well, mate. And hope you are excited for this match. But Alex Johnson, he's been a try scorer machine in the NRL for a long time, which is why him at the back for PNG going to be very dangerous. But we do see a man who is very sad to not be in that starting lineup, Tom Malolo. Unfortunately, did end up getting suspended before this game a couple weeks ago. So that is why he is going to be missing from this matchup. But Tonga, they have got plenty of supporters there at the ground. Same can be said about Papua New Guinea, though. I'm wondering who's going to really step up for this Rugby League World Cup. Anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated you all being here for this early morning live stream. We are sitting 7:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, and I believe it will be even earlier for you guys in Papua New Guinea. So it is absolutely awesome having you all here. Does Papua New Guinea do a haka? They do not. They do their talking on the field, and that's exactly what we're about to say. Hey, the Kiwi lads, thanks for the super commentary. I support any team that do their haka war dance. So I'm rooting for Tonga, says Ruth. And also just to wake up, says Brandon. And here we go. So much passion in the haka. Got to give the respect, and that's good, says Ropa. And there as well. Right, referee already having to blow his whistle. And I think he was telling a player to calm down, even though the match has not even started yet. Liam Moore going to be in charge of this one. Let's go, says Ropa. Here we go. Papua New Guinea kicking off from right to left. It is long, and it's going to be now taken by Tonga. Big shot coming up straight away. Taken down. They are just showing that the next match of the Rugby League World Cup, it's going to be England versus Australia. That's going to be a pretty awesome battle if the cricket in the Ashes is anything to go by. Tonga, they've got this ball 15 metres out from their line here. Look at that, crash it up. Good tackle made. And there by a puppy. Oh, bit of a neck injury maybe. Already for Fanua Blake. He does not look flash. I think he got one right on his spine, one of those tingly ones that just make you feel a bit weird. And which team has the edge in this Tonga or Papua? It is Tonga at the moment. They are the betting favourites quite drastically. Neck cruncher. One of those ones that always feel a bit weird on the spine. Stuck in an awkward position. And also we have there. Kawini is in the chat, and Go the Kumals says Apeles. Hopefully I've said that correctly. Do let me know if I've got that wrong though. An injury, says Ropa. Yeah, it does seem like a shame. See already that Adam Fanua Blake picked up something, but it looks like he's going to be all right to continue, which is great news for the Tongans. Not a player you want to lose. And you're a few seconds ahead of me. I might have to mute. Sorry, says Ollie. That's no worries at all, mate. Or if you pause me and then I guess wait about 5 seconds, then play me, I should be about the same. More to come, says Ropa. Currently Tonga sitting 30 metres out from their line. Be going back, and this time we see the kick downfield from the Tongans. First possession for Papua New Guinea, maybe, although that ball's going to be very awkward. It's just managed to find its way to the sideline. So now it will be the quick tap for the Papua New Guineans. Question for you, Hamish. What is your favourite thing of this year's Rugby World Cup, said Brandon? I would say if it's the Women's Rugby World Cup that we are talking, I love that Trans-Tasman battle between New Zealand and Australia. If we're talking about this game with the first couple minutes, just a passion. You know, both of these sides want to go out there and put on a show, not just for themselves, not just for their country, but the whole world. And they will certainly be doing just that. It's going to be Papua New Guinea with possession now. Trying to drive forward. Good low tackle made. Currently 2 minutes into this contest. They are only about 25 metres out from their line, but looking to build phase after phase. Wellington Albert, a man who has been tackled there. First try, Papua New Guinea, says Ropa there. And I was in a car ascendant. I assume that's accident, so hopefully you are all right in there, mate. And so much sports happening at the moment. Enough to give a man a I can't say that last part, Marco, but it's certainly a lot of sport on. You have got that correct. A little bit too high in the tackle there, so it's going to be the penalty against the number 10, Taukei'aho. Now, Taukei'aho, a name that has been ringing around the All Blacks camp for a little while. He is the first choice hooker, not this man though, of course, but this man also a very handy individual to have out there on the rugby league field. Papua New Guinea now. They're showing a lick. He's going to be right out on the wing, looking for the opportunity in this matchup. Albert finds the offload. Great hand from Papua New Guinea. Almost dropped, but Pape was able to clean it up and stop it from being the knock-on. Now, we did see quite a few handling errors creeping in for New Zealand versus Lebanon. It was every single time they were so close to finishing the set. That was when either the whistle blew, and they did have to go back. Another offload from Albert. Oh, I thought that was... They just played a replay mid-phase or mid-set. That is actually very impressive. I was going to say that looks extremely similar to what we just saw for that diving catch, but it's because it was exactly the same one. Now, Alex Johnson off the back, Wellington Albert. Another offload. Here come Papua New Guinea. Only 5 metres out from the line. Oh, they've gone back. What have they gone back for? I heard the whistle blow. I think Russell was trying to claim it, but it is going to be a little bit of obstruction, unfortunately, and a bit of pushing from Papua New Guinea. The Shepherds, which did mean that it was going to be cancelled out, although I don't know whether or not it would have been the try anyway. He really had to dive for the corner, Dan Russell. But, yeah, geez, that was a good little play early on from Papua New Guinea. We have got there some... Hello, we're back. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, the camera turned off, and now it's flickering. I do apologise. Epilepsy warning for anyone who does have epilepsy. Hopefully, it does settle itself down soon. That was very weird. Even my computer can't handle the big hits coming between Tonga and Papua New Guinea at the moment. There was a little fumble during the time that we were freezing, but now we're back, and Papua New Guinea once again going to be using their back line. I mean, nicely done there. Only 10 metres out my fingers. So sorry, and how she disappeared. I did indeed. I did a bit of a magic act, but I am back now. Now back across. Now it could be Dan Russell getting the chance. Rip back across field. Papua New Guinea seems like they're very close to breaking through. Pup has had a good crack at his opposition number, which is Kalfusi. Now still 10 metres out. Papua New Guinea all territory at the moment, going the way of PNG. Now fourth at the moment. Albert's done well to get that one back relatively quickly. Short ball for Papua New Guinea. And they're going to score the try early. Reece Martin, he gets it. And Papua New Guinea take the lead up against the Tongans. That just shows you cannot make mistakes early on against this Papua New Guinean side, or else they will make you pay. And that's exactly what they have been able to do there. It's beautifully done. The flat pass straight to the man beside him. The gap opened up. And it's a massive, massive gap. Flat run forward. Nicely done. Went straight over the top of Katoa. And Papua New Guinea take the lead. Well, you come to New Zealand versus Australia, opener for the World Cup, and also Pakistan versus India on the 23rd. I haven't actually done the schedule yet, but I know that there are 4 matches all taking place at the same stage as that New Zealand versus Australia one. So there's going to be a lot of decision-making that needs to be made throughout all of the weekend. And also, let's go. I need to load shed myself. Shed that load. I see, Marco. So hopefully you do have a fun day at work after you have completed that activity. Like I said, Papua New Guinea will score first. There's Rappa, and they certainly did. Just continuous pressure. Any free websites for watching this game available, says Peranana. Unfortunately, I believe a majority of the options that are free will give you a virus on your PC or your phone. But the replay, I would like to think, will be up on YouTube straight after this game is finished, like maybe an hour or two. So your best bet might be to either, I guess, find one of those ball tracker ones, you know, that you can see everywhere that the ball is going, or maybe hoping that someone's doing an illegal stream on YouTube just so that you can actually watch it and then maybe see the replay after. My uncle was also in the car accident. He was knocked out, says Atini there. So hopefully it will be all right. Let's go, says Zeppelin in there as well. And a lovely try, says Ollie. Yeah, it seems like Papua New Guinea has certainly come to play. That kick was successful as well. And now it's going to be kicked off long by Tonga. Like they've said, it's pretty much the only sport that Papua New Guinea are really known for at the moment is their rugby league. Tonga are getting a little bit that way as well, though, because unfortunately for Tonga, their rugby union side started becoming a bit lackluster. That's a great run still from Papua New Guinea. And also, I have to go to bed, says Tinny there. And also, what happened, says Leanne. It was a brilliant try from Papua New Guinea, a little mistake from Tonga with the knock-on. And then from there, just continued to build, found that little gap. And then it was Reece Martin was able to go in for the first try for Papua New Guinea. And I should mention this Papua New Guinea side, once again in position. Good run forward from it was Nixon Putt. Now almost going up through another gap there. It was Namo. Fourth. Now they have got the kicking option. Oh, they go a little bit earlier. Now it's going to be contestable. Nice take, though, from the Tongans. I believe there was Daniel Tupou who was able to take that one. Wrestled down by Tai. Right, Tonga, they'll be looking to get a little bit of territory here because they have been stuck inside of their own half pretty much throughout the whole of the first 8 minutes of this contest. Now going back to the right-hand side. Nice work there from the big number 19, Mosisi Suli. And also any websites, please. Unfortunately, the only ones that they have got available for this game is the ones that are paid subscriptions. So for yourself, if you're in New Zealand, which I assume you may not be, it is Spark Sport as the option. And then also BBC iPlayer, from the sounds of it, is the UK option. Now that's going to be held. Penny Seni. It's close to a 6 more call, but it's going to be fifth and final. 31 metres game from the Tongans. Booting this one as far downfield as possible. It's going to actually be sitting quite nicely into the hands of Tai, who tries to go through. Taken down by Suli. Did Tonga do their haka thing? They did indeed do their haka thing. And yes, rugby is the favourite sport of all Papua New Guinea people, says Perenara there. Nice run once again. Going to be for Noah Blake, the man who was injured earlier on in the contest. Luckily, he has recovered now. It's looking like he is going to be a tough man to put down throughout this contest. It's going to be Justin Alam. Does have the carry. And the thing that I've noticed so far from Papua New Guinea is how quickly they're trying to get that ball recycled and keep those phases alive. Alex Johnson maybe thinking that from the footage that they've seen of Tonga, they might be a little bit slow getting back to where they need them to. So that's why they're trying to make the absolute most of it. But fourth now for Papua New Guinea. Charging forward nicely once again. It's going to be Namo. Nola here helps make the tackle there. Fifth and final, 60 metres gain from Papua New Guinea. Now attack and run once again. Oh, it's going to be slapped down, and that is a brilliant bit of play from Katoa, a try-saving one. You're 45 seconds ahead. They paused and waited, says Ollie there. And also, that was close. So you are about to see a very good one, Ollie, or you may have already seen it at the time that you are seeing me, I guess. But that is a massive play. If Katoa does not get his fingertip to that one, Russell is running in for the second try of the match for Papua New Guinea, who were $9 underdogs heading into this game. But we haven't seen anything that says that they should be otherwise, other than the favourites. They have been really attacking brilliantly. Papua New Guinea, another offload going off to the left-hand side. Short ball now, getting close. 1 metre short of the line for Nixon Putt. 10 minutes into the contest like they're saying relentless pressure. I think that's on the line. And a Pape. No, it's a knock-on. Okay, he has lost it a little bit there. But Papua New Guinea at this stage, they are actually still $5 underdogs. In this matchup, that was very close to him reaching out and hitting the line, but unfortunately just kicked out of the hand. And like they're saying, a warning sign for Tonga here with how aggressive Papua New Guinea have been throughout the first 11 minutes. You'd have to wonder, though, is this going to gas out Papua New Guinea as much as it's going to gas out Tonga from defending? How much stamina is in the tank? I'm sure there's plenty. But in that about maybe 60 to 70th minute, we might see both of these sides start to slow down. Great run there. Still going forward for, I believe it was Mosisi Suli. And morning, Kiwi lads. Let's go, Tonga. Says Nate there. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing very well in this nice early morning start for yourself. For Noah Blake finds the offload back. Keeping this one alive, and that is going to be Kalamatangi. Taken down by 3 Papua New Guinean players. Now, the thing is, Tonga are the type of side that as soon as they find their momentum, they're incredibly hard to stop. That's beautiful draw and pass. Here come the Tongans now down the wing. It's going to be Tupou. Trying to sneak through, wasn't quite able to do so. Alex Johnson makes a brilliant tackle on him. Now Tonga, once again with this ball available, Katoa goes inside to the hands of Tatola. 15 metres out from Papua New Guinea here. They're looking to use the backline. Little grubber behind. I don't believe that was the choice. Unfortunately there, Johnson tries to... Oh, he just manages to get into the field of play. But yeah, Papua New Guinea, they had that grubber covered, which is exactly why Tonga should have gone for that backline. Tonga aren't going to have it easy. Papua New Guinea look dangerous so far. These players are tough. They certainly are. Cannot underestimate this Papua New Guinea side. As like it was mentioned earlier on, this is their sport. And to beat them at a sport that they put all of their time into and all their passion into is never going to be an easy ask. And certainly playing well. But they're up to 5th already when they're only a few metres out from their own line, about 18 to be exact. And they only managed to gain the 13 metres in the process of those phases, kicked way downfield. Got a good strike in that one, but Tonga, territory-wise, have had a bit of an advantage gain there. Now running back up to the halfway line here. Tonga looking to go straight through, showing and going. Brilliant run here from the young number 20. Ball on the outside. Alex Johnson says it's 4, but it's going to be the try for Will Penasini. And that is how quickly Tonga can counter. And that is going to make it 6-6 more than likely. Brilliant run down the wing. Unfortunately for Tonga, they just weren't able to stop Taututoa or Taututau. We'll try that again. Talutau. Kola there. And even the MMT boys said Papua New Guinea players are hard, staunch, solid like bricks, says Marco Vunapole. They certainly are, but this was a great run back from Kola there. Bit of a step through the tackle attempt of Justin Olam. It wasn't exactly the best tackling attempt I've ever seen. It seemed a little bit, I guess you could say, a little bit weak for the defensive regimen of this Papua New Guinea side. Yeah, he just got wrong footed and just got pretty much his arm slapped off the thigh of Kola. And then the ball on the outside of Will Penasini, who was then able to get himself the try. Right. So the commentator said he's happy to live with that last pass, as there was a little bit of I guess you could say, an argument for a forward pass, they did say. That one, but currently almost 15 minutes through this game already, we have seen a try from both of these sides, and they will certainly not be the last tries we see. Katoa, though, about to line up this game for the Tongans. It's just impressive how quickly it went from a very good defensive set for the Tongans. They only allowed them to gain 13 metres. Then from there, it just ended up building and building the counter-attack. 15 minutes in, and now Tonga find themselves back on the same points. Lovely try, says Ollie. It certainly was. And it makes this game just that little bit closer at this point in time. But now the odds, the interesting thing is when Papua New Guinea were 6-0 up, they were $5 underdogs. Now that we are back to 6-6, they are actually only $7 underdogs. And at the start of this match, they were $9 underdogs. So, I mean, it's still a massive deficit in terms of those betting odds, but I think that's just because everyone knows how dangerous the Tongans can be when they get it right. Morena, my bro, just started works already. My workmate, Toka Bro, screaming at the plasma screen. I'm good, my bro. Let's go, Tonga, says Nate there. Yeah, like I mentioned at the start of this game, passion. It's what you're going to see from both of these sides. Through and through, they stick with their teams. And it's going to be kicked long by Papua New Guinea to get us back underway now. Got to run back from Ola Kawatau. 6 again is the goal there, which is not really what you want at this stage. So I think different stadiums in England have different 6 again noises, because the first one that we heard was just like a siren going off. Another one has a bell. I think this one just has, I swear I just heard, is the noise, but surely it wasn't. Surely it actually has a word there. Now, nice run forward. Kafusi was looking for that little offload. They weren't quite able to get it to him, though. Now Tonga, that was a flat pass, so was that. But it is still going to be attacking forward. Fourth phase now. Tonga sitting about 30 metres out. Like they're saying, it's pretty impressive how quickly they can make those metres. Good shot, though, from Put. Was able to take him down nicely. This will be fifth and final. 65 metres gain for Tonga, so certainly in an attacking position now. It's gone high, waiting for it. Here comes Stupo. No, not able to get it in the air. And it looks like he's being crushed by a Papua New Guinea player at the moment, giving him a headlock. holding him for a bit longer. But yeah, Daniel Tupou, he's not exactly the guy that you want to go head-to-head with in an aerial battle because he's got that height, he's got the long arms, and he just didn't quite get the jump right. Didn't get to the ball as quickly as he would have liked to. And, I mean, Ty's done well just to get enough on that to cause the problems. And I believe now it was a knock-on from Ty, and it's going to be now actually the scrum feed for the Tongans. So they're going to have some more attacking opportunities straight out in front. The same as you, says it was there from Ollie. And you're built like bulldozers. They can push and flatten anything in their path, says Ruth. Now Tonga going off to the right-hand side. The draw pass. He's blown it. He has absolutely destroyed that attacking opportunity. I'm sorry, but if you're Katoa out on the wing, you're saying to your number 10, what are you doing there? Takiaho decided that he wanted to go himself, and it's cost Tonga a certain try out there on the wing. Type of effect could that have on this game? Tonga would have been in the lead. All they needed was just that last draw and pass. The defence was beaten for all money. Now Papua New Guinea find themselves only 10 metres out from their line. They're trying to recycle quickly, like I mentioned earlier on, just to try and get as many extra metres as they can, catch that Tongan defence out. Now fourth already. Tonga starting to do well with the territory department. So we did see a great start to the match for Papua New Guinea. Now in the next kind of 10 minutes or so, it's gone back in the momentum of the Tongans. Last tackle, kick downfield. That was a bit of a late shot on the Papua New Guinea kicker, but it's going to be taken now by Tonga. Here it goes, Kalamatangi. Kola once again. Now back to the left-hand side. Nice run up to halfway. Papua New Guinea, they've got to make sure that they don't allow Tonga to continue to make these easy meters, or else they will find themselves getting gassed out and also conceding quite a few points along the way. Daniel Tupou dropped on his back. Back across to the right. They're up to third, and they're already 30 metres out from Papua New Guinea's line. Alec does nicely to help make that tackle alongside Neymar. Now back across. Tonga to the right. Good play. It's going to be drop ball from Kola. Okay, so a few little mistakes creeping in here for the Tongans at the moment. I don't know whether that's the early pressure that we're seeing from Papua New Guinea or maybe just a few little early nerves might be the best way of describing it. Just trying to rush a few things, keeping the ball alive. It was not the best offload, though, you'd have to say, from the number 15, Ala Kawatau. Now Papua New Guinea, they're going to be able to go for a few more phases in a row, get a bit further up the park. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for this extremely close contest at the moment. 20 minutes gone, 6-all between the two sides. And it's going to be Lachlan Lamb about to feed this ball in for Papua New Guinea. Still only 20 metres out from their line. Those are some good post-contact metres, though. I believe it would have been McDonald to go forward with that one. Now back across Papua New Guinea. Ty has the carry. Tackled by Tola. Now to the left. Moving up to halfway. Good shot from, I believe it was actually the man who caused the initial error. Olakau Atao now off to the left. Papua New Guinea, the space opening up. Johnson going out now into the hands of an arm. It looks like his legs just weren't quite working the way he wanted them to. That's going to be a knock on, doesn't it? No, they've said it's hit him in the chest. And it's going to be play on. So Tonga actually get this ball back. Now Tonga sitting 20 metres out from their line. Olam does nicely to make the tackle there. Just got to check this one. What does this end up hitting? He throws the ball across. They've said it slapped backwards. And there, as he was in the process of hitting backwards as he was trying to regather. Big shot from Olam. It looks like he's starting to put in a few more big hits in the last couple minutes or so. The aggression between these two sides, the strength and the power just really getting to be on show here. Albert's been taken off the field. That is for Apos. So that is the first change we have seen from Papua New Guinea in this matchup. You are allowed a total of 8. And that is going to be just the one so far throughout the first 21 minutes of the game. Moving up to halfway now. It's going to be fifth and final almost for the Tongans. They've got one more phase. That looked very flat to Whanua Blake. Play on just for now. 38 metres gained from Tonga. Now putting up the box kick. Looking to put the pressure on Alex Johnson. Normally very good under the ball. He's done well. Had Tupou chasing, but he didn't want to contest in the air. Well, look at the scoreboard. This is evenly matched, very tight, just like John Travolta's disco pants in Saturday Night Fever, says Ruth there. wonder how many people are going as him for Halloween. I know that there'll be a few Halloween parties around New Zealand. I don't know whether or not people really get completely behind Halloween, but there could be also just because I'm from a small town. So like you might get one person knock on your door, be like, "You got any chocolate?" And that's about it. That's kind of the night done. Very easy. Now Papua New Guinea. It's going to be their fifth. 34 meters gained here and kicked way downfield. It's actually going to be, the half kicking, which is something you don't see too often. Running it back now, it's going to be Kaula. He's had a lot of running meters there. Sit round the chin, cycles nicely. Tonga now, looking to go back across using their backline very well. Katoa tries to recycle. That might be 6 more, is it? No, it's going to be play on, the referee says. Good tackle made on Tupou, around the ankles. Trying to stop the Tongans from making these easy meters. They've made about 10 each carry here with the post-contact meters added on as well. Having fun in the offload. That was a very good offload from Penasini because it did look like he was just about to go down. Good tackle made by Labour. Now Kalamatangi goes across. Tonga up to their 5th and final. 23 and a half minutes through this contest now. And it seems like it could be going either way. Little grubber in behind. Once again, it hasn't worked out. And Alex Johnson able to clean it up. Just sacrifices the tackle, goes down. And I'm live and I'm with you. Says a Brandon in there as well. Oh, that's a good shot. And I believe it was Dan Russell. I still have to look at a few of these names. I haven't actually ever done a commentary for either of these sides. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've done a commentary for Tonga when they did play New Zealand. Never commentated a Papua New Guinea game. So it's an honour to get the opportunity to do it for a Rugby League World Cup, a massive occasion. And yeah, I do hope it's very close. My country, Papua New Guinea, says mega there. At the moment, they are certainly holding their own on the field. They've won the penalty, so that will allow them to get out of their own 20 area. Now back down to about halfway. Right, Papua New Guinea. What can they do in this set of 6, Olam? Just take the tap and go straight across. Got some solid boys, Papua New Guinea. It's a good tackle made, though, by Haumole Arakau Atau. Oh, actually, I think it was a puppy who was going to actually act like he was kicking that on second. It really confused my face for a second there, as you would have seen by the expression on it. But Namo here has gone off the field, and that is going to be Mackenzie Yeh, who makes his way out onto the field. Now Papua New Guinea. Anytime they've gone off to this left-hand side, it's dangerous. That's going to be the knock-on. Disappointed there for Sione Katoa. If he hung on to that, it could have been a try. Do you think international rugby league players is a minority sport? International rugby league. Like most of these players are NRL players, and a few Super League players seem to be Origin is bigger than the international game. Says Marco Fonopola. I mean, it's an interesting one. I think it depends on the country you go to, because like some of these countries, like Papua New Guinea, like this is really the only sport that they know and love to the extent of like getting well and truly behind a side. Whereas some sides, like Tonga, it's actually the same for them, I'd say. Their rugby league seems to be the thing that they're priding themselves on at the moment, which is why Papua New Guinea, if they score here, it might not be the best news for the Tongans. But yeah, it seems to be dependent on the country, depends on whether or not it's quite a large sport for them or not. Now, nice run for from Apo, only recently making his way onto the field. We're up to second tackle now, so still plenty of time. But yeah, Papua New Guinea, I think every single time this happens, this has been where the danger has been. Brilliant offload, down the wing, Russell scores. Well, it's try in that corner, but he has just been able to get himself a brilliant try. So now Lions need to water their field. Right. They're going to be checking this one just to make sure that all of the passes are all right. Although, I will mention, they are checking this. Surely this isn't for the 4 pass. Surely there's something else they're checking, because or else we didn't see them check the Tongan try down the other end. And Not Wrong State of Origin says, no. And I was surprised to find out Papua New Guinea has its own rugby league comp. Well, says Marco Vonapola. Right. What do we got here? 26 minutes through. It was a great pass from Johnson. Like I mentioned, it's so dangerous. Every time they're going down, oh no, he put his foot on the touchline. That's a mistake and a half from Dan Russell. That is just you'd have to call it just a rookie mistake, unfortunately, and it's going to cost the side a try. Make the decision. It's going to be no try for Papua New Guinea. It went so well. Dan Russell, though, just a little bit on the white line. And that is going to be no try there. He will be disappointed, I think. He's not happy. Unfortunately, the thing is, he had room on the inside that he could have used. There was no one really putting him under a huge amount of pressure, which is why that little extra inch that he decided to run down the wing is the mistake. And the worst thing is he fell into the dry turf when it happened. So he probably got grass burn as well, although that one won't quite burn as much as the fact that he wasn't able to get the try. And that's also not just a joke because he has got orange here. Now, Tonga have got the ball here. Daniel Tupou does well. Look at those post-contact meters for the Tongans, 20 meters out. Wow, okay, he's getting ripped around like he's a ragdoll there in the good tackle made by Reece Martin. And I reckon Owen Farrell and his dad will be buzzing having the League World Cup in England. Those boys will love that, says Marco Votopolo. Well, I mean, Owen Farrell tackles very similar to a league player. In fact, Owen Farrell tackles higher than a league player, which tells you everything you need to know about his tackling style. I need a little extra inch, says Marco. In there as well. That one's going to be going into touch for the Tongans. 45 meters out. They will be starting this reset from Big Gary Putt making the tackle on him. 27 and a half minutes through. I've mentioned it once and I'll mention it again. This game is absolutely flying by between these two sides. Should include an NRL All-Stars versus New South Wales and Queensland instead of mid-year international between the Pacific teams, says Nate. Or both. We don't mind seeing plenty more international games. And that's the thing. Now that we've started our international journey in rugby league, we're certainly going to be sticking around for it. So if you do enjoy rugby league content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be trying our best to do as many games as physically possible of the Rugby League World Cup. I know that tomorrow there is Wales versus Cook Islands. Sounds, I guess, like the worst time to say I won't be able to do that game, even though I just said we're going to be trying to do as many as we can very close to the line for Tonga now. They're up to the fifth and final, 43 meters gained. Luke is going to be passing it back across to the left-hand side. Let's get past to Daniel Tupou. Could be dangerous here, although it looks like first they are going to try and go off to the right-hand side. It will be Kohler now going for the grubber. Oh, it's set up, and it's gone straight into the hands of the almost try scorer, Dan Russell. Nate, I agree, grow the game more with ideas like that. And both says Nate. And there as well, oh, big bit of contact. Now, going short side, alarm, 28 and a half minutes through. I'm just going to have another look at the betting odds for this game because, like I mentioned, Papua New Guinea, they were $7 underdogs. They shouldn't be that now, I wouldn't think, with the fact that they haven't really allowed the Tongans to get on top of them. It's $6. Okay, so only just the difference. And I think these league players can stand up to any other teams at international just as good, great for the game. Exactly right. Like these two sides, similar to what we saw for New Zealand versus Lebanon. Said it from the start. Lebanon, they're a tough side, and they're going to make sure that no matter what happens out there on the field, they're going to put it 110%. And that is something that people see and they appreciate. Like some of the sides at international level, you can tell when they want it and you can tell when they're just there because they don't mind playing the sport. Like these guys live rugby league, and it shows every time that they play out on the park. Now, Tonga looking to show their skills off, get themselves a try just before we get into the second half. And surely, no, it's going back for obstruction. Oh, tell you what, little runaround play straight into a player, I believe. Where is it? Who was the guilty party? There it is. Unfortunately, once again, it's going to be Ala Kawatau. And also, we have got there a spammer, so we have to put them in a timeout. There we go. Yeah, for Papua New Guinea to win this game by 1-12 at the moment is paying $6.50. Anyone wondering about the betting odds? But for Tonga to win by 13 plus, still paying $1.70, which really shows how much, the betting odds and everyone feels that Papua New Guinea are going to slow down. But as long as they keep this close, and if not close, they get themselves a lead, that's certainly going to affect the way that they're playing. That's going to keep them a little bit more motivated, keep them going. Email remove chat, says Fred there. And oh, sorry, Ruth. Damn stupido bots. It'd be interesting to smash those Queensland and New South Wales. Take it to a whole new take it to a whole new dimension. Now, Papua New Guinea going off to the right, something we haven't seen too often throughout the first 30. They have always been favouring that left, trying to get it out wide to Dan Russell. Now going back across This time to the left-hand side. And the midfield, nice run from a Pape. Now across, once again, it's going to be to that left-hand side. And it's those quick hands that just seem to be so effective for Papua New Guinea. They've certainly got to keep on using that as it is working absolutely beautifully. A Pape gets up, 63 metres. Now the quick pass. This has to be an offload. They don't find it. That's going to be the handover. And Papua New Guinea, unfortunately, just getting that option slightly wrong there. Olam thought he had a little bit of a crack at the line, and it just didn't quite open up right. Say that Tonga, with this one, they want to make it up to, oh, that's a big shot. You won't want to make it straight up into the shoulder of the Papua New Guinea player, that's for sure. But they want to make it up to about 30 or 40 metres out, although now it looks like the opportunity might be opening up for maybe a bit further. Nice tackle there. Okay, they actually just describing because of the small in-goal areas, it means that if you do force the ball dead, that does mean that the opposition get a 7-phase set. So that is actually, that's pretty big, a 7-tackle set. So it's probably why we haven't seen too many sides try that tactic yet. Fortuaka now trying to spin out ears, come off the bench recently as part of the interchange. Being told to release 44 metres. Kicking downfield, looking to get it deep. So that was a very good bit of play from Tonga. Now Alex Johnston, Wakanidu, great run back from him. Looking dangerous, brilliant show. Brilliant run, I should say. From Alex Johnston. Now another big hit on Russell. Finds the offload up, Papua New Guinea keeping it alive. Tonga looking a little bit on their heels there. Out wide, I don't think they were expecting Papua New Guinea to be able to run that ball back as far as they did and got caught slightly off guard. They've still been able to defend it though, although Papua New Guinea now move up to the halfway line. So making some easy meters at the moment. It was the number 3 McDonald. Now back across. Papua New Guinea, nice step on the inside, moving up to 4th tackle after 33 minutes. Still extremely even at Papua. An evening or morning to you, CCP. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing very well. Must be about 10 p.m. in Cape Town, if I'm not wrong. Oh, a little bit of an interesting kicking option there from Labour. Tried to almost kick it out of the man's hands, but Tupou able to clean it up. Tonga once again back in the possession. Now another run. That's a good shot. At Aussie Rugby League, I remember doing analysis of this, and I was on 9 p.m, mate. CSCP in there as well. So yeah, the Rugby League World Cup is going on. There's a lot of World Cups in the world at the moment. Hence the names of them, I guess. So the next one that's coming up is the T20 World Cup, which is currently going on, but the Super 12 is going to be underway. This is a great run here from Tonga, and it was just absolutely brilliantly done from Lolo here. It seemed like no one wanted to tackle him. Tonga keeping this ball alive. Great tackle made by Alex Johnston there. And the Tongan players just making those meters a bit too easy. Beautiful inside ball. Fortuaka goes in. And that is now going to give Tonga the lead after 34 minutes. They will be leading for the first time in this contest. Go Tonga, yes, says Reid. And they have now got themselves a brilliant try between the sticks. And it was all just that massive run back from Lolo here. He made about 30 to 40 meters, keeping them on the front foot. And then it was just that explosiveness of Tonga. Unpredictability as well. Just sold the dummy, kept running, going straight through. Beautiful offload. And then Fortuaka, he was actually already involved earlier, and then he got the try for himself. I think South Africa would be amazing at Rugby League. Big, strong, powerful men. South Africa will be playing against Poland in Rugby League soon, says Boulders and Steel. I really hope that game's televised in New Zealand. That would be an awesome game to cover if they do let us. For a halfback, Lily here looks overweight, says Marco Vonapolo, though he's effective straight over. And like they've said, he's played over 100 matches in the NRL, scored 5 times. So now on the international stage, getting himself that try is rugby league, like touch rugby, but just tackling. I guess a little bit. Yeah, I think that's probably a good way of describing it for anyone who doesn't really know the rugby league side of things. So it's pretty much, other than the handover, although they do have the handover rule, it's pretty much once you're up to the last phase, you kick it. So I guess the gist of it, I'm not sure whether that is the case for touch rugby. I'm trying to remember the last time I played touch rugby. Was a little while. Hi, says Amelia. Hope you are doing well. No worries, mate. I'm enjoying the skill of these guys. Also, their tight shorts, Tonga. Go, 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 says Ruth. And also small stubby shorts for the win, says Marco. So 35 minutes through this will give Tonga the lead. I'm interested now to see what the odds say for Papua New Guinea. Actually, only up to $7.50. So the fact that they were $9 at the start of the match, had the try scored against them just then, they still find themselves at $7.50 underdogs. That's not too bad for Papua New Guinea. Overall, this kick, though, is going to be successful, and that will make the score now 12 points to Tonga, 6 for Papua New Guinea. It's my last day of high school today, says Amelia. So, yeah, be sure to enjoy it. Hopefully, it all runs smoothly for you, and you get to have a couple lasting memories from the final day of school. I've just shown there Fotuaika, the power that man has. He's going to be tough to stop. Definitely when you're trying to tackle him while you're also running alongside him, if that makes sense. When you're trying to get him around the bootlaces, it's going to be very hard. Okay, I have a question. Fial Fotuaika and this man, any relation? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's the same last name, but are they in any way related? Because they do have that similar kind of, first of all, the similar haircut, but also a very similar face structure. Now, Fotuaika does get tackled there, 20 metres out from the Tongan line, like they're saying, 3.5 minutes left. This is a big one for Papua New Guinea. They do not want to be any further behind in this one. It's $12 for the win, $14 for the 1-12 for Papua New Guinea, says Augustine. Geez, you got better odds than us here in New Zealand, although I think I know why. Maybe you're a little bit further ahead. It's going to be passed across, and Tonga, they have got themselves another try here. And it's going to be now Sonny Luke. Or was it? Who got that one? No, Sonny Luke goes right over and gives him a hug. Tonga score again. That is not what they wanted right at the end of that first half, Papua New Guinea, and now it seems like it might be a little bit further away for them to be able to get it, but it was the youngster, Katoa, Isaiah Katoa, who scores it and scored, says Defons there, and let's go Tonga, and I want to play touch rugby with Australians Keslick, says Marco there. That's a great run forward, ball on the inside, and it is Katoa who is able to go in and score himself the try. Yeah, the in-goal areas are very dry. Someone forgot to water them, I think. What a super try. Beautiful, boys, says Roof. It's just very impressive. The fact that they scored not too long ago, they go out there and then they get themselves another try. Yeah, now Papua New Guinea are the $12 underdogs. Has updated on Matiabi. And yes, sir, says Defons. Yes, I'm very happy with that Tongan try. Papua New Guinea, I guess now we've got to say again, last thing they want to do is concede before we get to halftime. But there's a good possibility that if it's the defense like that and the line break comes around, maybe we could see another Tongan try. Now, Zaya Katoa, he is currently sitting 2 from 2 in his kicking department. Oh, we've got another spammer. Seems to be an exciting day for the spammers. They get to have, I guess what you could say, a little bit of human interaction in their lives. Currently 2 minutes left on the clock. The deep breath taken. This kick should be relatively easy for a player of Katoa's level. Scoring on his debut. Now, kicking this one. It's over. And it's going to make the score 18 points to 6. Still 2 minutes left of the first half. Papua New Guinea need to just make sure they close out this half no more than 12 down. A Friday rugby, yes, says read him there. Is there rugby on Friday? I don't think we've got too much rugby happening on Friday, whether that's the Rugby League World Cup or Rugby Union. I think the first game's actually on Saturday that we are going to be seeing. Tongan fans, they were absolutely loving that try when Katoa was able to run it over for himself. 38.5 minutes through, kicked off long by Papua New Guinea, right? Probably, it's been dropped. It has been put down off kickoff. It's not the first time that we have seen Sione Katoa drop the ball today and just went straight through the bread basket. Now, Papua New Guinea have a minute to see whether or not they can get back into this matchup with how we are currently sitting. They are 10 metres out, straight out in front of the post. It's still on live there. Let's see which team going to make it, says Derry Drox there. Yeah. Still 41 minutes left of this matchup. So plenty of time for both of the teams to be able to really have a massive second foot. Who did that? Okay, someone's prematurely... Okay, it's a penalty to Papua New Guinea. Someone just randomly sounded the siren. So I think that was because Tonga took too long to get into the position. Okay. So it's a penalty to Papua New Guinea, or is it Tonga's penalty? The referees, you can't give it to both sides. I think Tonga's going to have the ball because they took too long to put that ball in for Papua New Guinea. That's a massive mistake to have. Papua New Guinea are just waiting for the scrum. Unfortunately for them, that's going to be a scrum that doesn't happen. I'm going to take the kids to school. I'll be back. Says Marco. We will see a bit later on next year with the Gridiron World Cup to be hosted in Australia. So I hope South Africa will appear at that one, says Boulders and Steel. And I know, right, says T-Fawns. So a bit of a confusing one. The shot clock. That is why we heard a random siren. It was telling Papua New Guinea that they took too long to put the ball in to their scrum. And when they're 10 metres out, that is really bad, unfortunately, for Papua New Guinea. Just a little mistake like that could have cost them an opportunity to score right at the end of the first half. Benasini out down for a little while. 25 seconds left of the first half now. Going back across to the left here for Tonga. Looking for another gap. They've probably got one more phase or maybe two after this one if they're lucky. It's going to be Kohler taken down just on the halfway line now. Tackled by Labour. Now back across, 10 seconds on the clock. Tonga still looking like they're going to crash it up a few more times. They might as well have one last attack. One phase now. Release, he's just thrown that ball away, but that's going to be halftime anyway. 18 points to 6 at halftime. The Tongans, they've got themselves a nice lead over Papua New Guinea, but still another 40 minutes left. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how it does end up going. But the win probability, according to this betting odds, is 98% in favour of the Tongans. 1% for the draw and 1% for Papua New Guinea to be able to win it. All Papua New Guinea need, though, is a good start to the second half, and it might be what they need to get themselves back into the contest. But do let me know what you thought of that first half, ladies and gentlemen. Did it go as expected? The position's actually pretty even at the moment. We have seen 3 penalties conceded by both sides, 3 tries for the Tongans compared to the 1 of Papua New Guinea. And also, no one has missed a goal-kicking attempt as of yet throughout this exciting fixture. But we did see 3 tries from Matema'a Tonga. It was Will Benasini. Also, Fortuaka was able to score in the 34th minute. And then Katoa, just 1 minute later, getting himself another. And yep, it did. Says T-Fawns there. And then the 1 try for Papua New Guinea, Reece Martin scored it in the 5th minute of the game. Papua New Guinea were off to a flying start, but then Tonga started to wear them down a little bit more. I think that was something that really did help them out. It's going to be, or it is going the way I expected with Tonga going into the break in the lead, says Boulders and Steel there. And yeah, they always were going to make it hard for Papua New Guinea in the later stages of that first half. I think the second half is going to be similar. We're going to see Tonga kind of continuing ramping it up, try and wear down Papua New Guinea. But if PNG can get a good start to the second, they will be maybe just a little bit further back into the game. But looking through at some of the team stats for this contest, post-contact meters, we have actually seen a very even number, 164 for Tonga and 155 for Papua New Guinea. So relatively close, you'd have to say. Average set distance, actually quite close as well. 42.5 meters made by Tonga on average compared to the 36 that we have seen from Papua New Guinea. So an extra 7 in favour of the Tongans, but hasn't really decided too much in terms of the territory where we are on the field. And then the running meter is actually relatively similar, but pretty much the gist of the first half is anything that Papua New Guinea have, Tonga have just a little bit more on the statistical board. So whether that is the tackles broken, whether that is the stat that does go in favour of Papua New Guinea, though, is actually line breaks. They have had more of those. And let's go MMT says it was T-Fawns, and also let's go. And they're from T-Fawn and Tiana, or Taina, hopefully I said that correctly, also has said the same. But the offloading game, Papua New Guinea making more offloads, something to look out for maybe in the near future, but they have made less errors, which is very handy for the Papua New Guinea boys. And also, I don't mind playing touch rugby with Bowden Barrett, great player. Tonga suddenly put their foot on accelerator, says Ruth. Yeah, I think they knew that at halftime, if they weren't ahead by a little bit more than they were probably going to get yelled at. So they were like, you know what? Going to play well for a couple minutes here, get a couple tries, and then the coach won't try and take our heads off when we get into the changing rooms. Might be a decent tactic, I guess. But Papua New Guinea, they won't be completely disappointed with that one. They had a couple very close opportunities, that last-minute scrum that they got wrong. They'll be disappointed not to be able to capitalise on that. Also, alongside that one, they did actually score that try out wide, but that foot in touch was that costing factor that definitely changed the momentum of the game, as they would have been sitting 12 points to 6 up at that point, or maybe 10 points to 6 was going to be quite a tough conversion to make. The effectiveness of the tackle, we've seen a little bit of an advantage to Tonga, least missed tackles from the Tongans as well. So we're just seeing a couple of the highlights. Some of the tries that have been scored for Tonga in this one have just been a little bit poor in the defence from Papua New Guinea, but the Papua New Guinean try that they managed to get for themselves when it was that short pass across into the hands of the number 12, it was a sensational try that they were able to get. Yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, should mention, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for these live streams. They have been a lot of fun doing the Rugby League World Cup, and we certainly intend on doing more Rugby League in the near future. Looking through, while we are at halftime, we might as well look at what is just around the corner for the Rugby World Cup. And that is going to be Wales versus the Cook Islands. That's the game tomorrow. Sadly, we can't cover that one, as we have got a little bit of an overlapping thing with work commitments, so we aren't able to do that Cook Islands versus Wales game. But other than that, some other very exciting games coming up for round 2 of the Rugby World Cup. They are going to be as follows. It was just about to load, and then now it's decided to hide the fixtures. There we go. We are back. So first match is going to be on Saturday morning. That will be Australia versus Scotland. That could be quite an intriguing fixture to be able to watch. Then on Sunday, it's going to be Fiji versus Italy, England versus France, and New Zealand versus Jamaica. Then on the Monday, Lebanon Island, Samoa, Greece. That's going to be a fantastic game. And Tonga play Wales on the Tuesday. And then it's Papua New Guinea versus the Cook Islands on the Wednesday. Hopefully, we will be able to cover, I'm just going to have a quick count up. I'm hoping to cover at least 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe not 3. We'll see. 3, 4, 5. I think we've got about 5 of those games we are hopefully going to be able to cover on the Kiwi Lads channel out of the 8. So yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And the thing is, the games that we aren't covering, it's because we're doing a rugby union live stream. So even when we're not updating on what's happening in the rugby league, play by play, we're still going to be updating you in terms of what's happening for the score-wise. I just showing the highlights from France versus Greece. Very similar game to what we saw between New Zealand and Lebanon. The exact same scoreline. And like I mentioned, we still are yet to see a game that hasn't really been split by a lot of points. I believe the least amount of points we've had splitting a game is 22. And yeah, 22, that is the closest. The furthest away that a game has actually been Samoa versus England, and that was 54 points in favour of the Samoans. A good Papua New Guinea Kamals. Peter from the, now that's got CH. Is that the Chatham Islands? Not too sure. What else would CH be? It doesn't actually show me the flag, unfortunately. Sorry, Peter. In fact, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look on my phone and see what it is, because I'm normally pretty decent at flags, which is either going to jinx me here if I get it wrong, or it will be impressive if I do get it right. We're going to go here. So Peter is from, where is it? It hasn't come through my phone. From the, is that actually a Switzerland flag? By the looks of it. Are you up in Switzerland, Peter? And also, we've got about the play and touch rugby with Bowden Barrett. It'll be interesting to see a game of touch rugby. Imagine a charity touch rugby game with like All Blacks. I mean, you could probably put some rugby league players in there as well. Imagine like all sports kind of like randomly picking out players from their international sides, doing like a New Zealand versus Australia touch rugby matchup. That would be quite cool. Another Trans-Tasman style of things that we might get to see, which I actually know we won't get to see that. I don't think they'd ever do it, unfortunately. But then I mentioned about the round 2 of the competition. We've got 8 more games coming over the next week or so. Then the week after that, that is when the time for talking will be done for some of these players. They'll have to make sure that it's pretty much do or die. If they get it wrong, they're going home. If they get it right, though, they might be able to keep their hopes alive, because for Samoa, they have to win big up against the Greece side. And I mean, Greece, they were able to get themselves 12 points in their game up against France. Samoa are going to have to make sure that they get a lot more for their next ones. But looking through at the games that are taking place for round 3, this is in 9 days' time. It's going to be New Zealand versus Ireland, England versus Greece, Fiji, Scotland, Australia, Italy, Lebanon, Jamaica, Tonga, Cook Islands, Samoa, France, and then Papua New Guinea versus Wales. Those are all the games that we got. And our turn now after the second half. Go the Mighty Camels, says Dick there. And yeah, as long as they are able to get themselves a great start to the second half, first 5 to 10 minutes, do what they did in that first half, because they were the better side at the start of this match. They had a lot of possession and a lot of territory going in their favour. But it was after that first 10 that it started to go back into the favour of the Tongans. And that is what Papua New Guinea cannot afford to have happen. If they do let that happen, it's going to put them on the back foot. And Tonga may be able to win this game by 30 plus. But if they can get it right early, Papua New Guinea, maybe a comeback just around the corner. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome seeing the second half. A lot of World Cups going on in the world at the moment. We have got the Rugby League World Cup also happening. I just read about the Gridiron World Cup has been postponed until 2025, which is a pity for international gridiron, as the 2019 and 2023 editions were cancelled, says Boulders and Steel. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that it is getting pushed to the side, although I guess America's probably the one place that it is getting played the most at the moment. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Seeing as we are in the morning, Hay Fever once again has decided it wants to pay me a visit. Who wins this game? Says Wills. I said Tonga by 6 in my prediction. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think Papua New Guinea have got a bit of a comeback. And to be fair, Papua New Guinea are probably going to have to score 2 or 3 tries to only lose by 6, because Tonga, if they do what they did in that first half, last 10 minutes or so, they're really going to be going out there. They're going to be attacking and try and get as many points on the board as they can. Points differential, always a very important thing in a World Cup. And also Queensland are obsessed with their touch rugby all year round, says Nate. And it's great for fitness as well. I think that's an underrated side of touch rugby, ripper rugby, and sevens. People don't really look at that side sometimes, but it's great for fitness, just continuously moving around, trying to keep yourself, I guess, in the right position, which is very hard to do. Most people chose Papua New Guinea in the poll, says Hanoi there. And like I mentioned, they've got a very awesome fan base. It's incredible how much they get behind their side. And I feel like the players feel it, they go, right, we've got the nation, or we've got the whole nation behind us. We've got to try and do as well as we can. Amos has said, I don't know how this referee is in control of the game, or in controlling the game, says Amos. And also the Papua New Guinea Camels. And what's the full-time score, please? Any updates? Says, well, it's currently halftime in this one, so 18 points to 6. But if I had to have a guess of what the score's going to be, I will say Tonga 34, Papua New Guinea 18. No, I'm going to change that. Papua New Guinea 22. I can't remember how many points I put on both sides, but I think it's going to be about that split. And go boys, the Kumas fly high. And let's go Kumas, says it was there from John. That's awesome idea. Maybe can happen. Bless you, Hamish. Hope you're okay for tissues there. I also got hay fever. Yeah, hay fever is not a very fun thing, but it's just one that you, I guess, deal with. At least if you got hay fever, it means that there's pollination happening, which is important, the flowers and whatnot. At the moment, the dressing room of Papua New Guinea is looking very focused. Not really anyone up and about, everyone just zoned in, listening to the coach, working out what the plan is here on. Papua New Guinea will win, says Perenata there. I hope they fire back. It will be absolutely incredible. See Papua New Guinea get themselves a comeback here. The United States are the world champions in gridiron. They beat Japan 59-12 at the 2015 Gridiron World Cup. And second half still step Papua New Guinea, says Perenata PNG as well. So I guess question, ladies and gentlemen, with the second half just around the corner, we did the prediction for the first half. I got it wrong. Who does everyone think is the player who will score the opening try of this half? I'm going to go Daniel Tupou, because he had a couple moments in that first half that he looked dangerous, but he didn't really get a huge amount of chance. So I'll go the Tupou. I still think Alex Johnson gets himself a try if Papua New Guinea score again, but I'm gonna say Daniel Tupou. Seems like the safer option at this point in time. But both of the sides making their way back out onto the park now, which means we are only about maybe a minute away from some big hits. Me as Justin Olam says Bernardo there. Very good shout, because he had a few good moments throughout that first half. Tonga still in their changing shed, about to make their way back out there. Papua New Guinea, very sorry. The score there means a lot of work, says Walter. And yeah, those extra conversions from Tonga, they're going to make it a bit harder for Papua New Guinea. Ideally, Papua New Guinea need to score the next 3 tries. That's a tough task up against this Tongan side that as the match progresses, they seem to just get that little bit stronger. Papua New Guinea, they need to make sure the territory game's going well, get themselves way down the field, trap the Tongans, and then from there make the most of it. But like I mentioned, they had their chance in that first half. The foot was on the line, which did cancel out one of their tries. Another chance that they had right at the end, they had a minute on the clock, and they did take too long to take their scrum, which was a massive mistake. Yeah, we are almost ready to go for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back for plenty more games of this Rugby League World Cup. We are from Totally Wicked Stadium. Now, that's a name that I was looking at during the week and wondering how a stadium ends up getting named Totally Wicked. I assume it's the brand of some sort, but what do Totally Wicked actually do? St. Helens home ground, though. Just woke up, Papua New Guinea, 5:30 a.m. support. We all going, says Tony Salmon. Yeah, that is commitment, that is for sure. And I'm sure the Papua New Guinea side will love to have your support for the second half. And good luck to both Papua New Guinea and Tonga. The best team turns up, wins, says, and it was Nate. So Papua New Guinea, they've got this ball straight away in the second half, and a good attack and run from Kevin Apo. Didn't look like he had any fear whatsoever running forward, which is what you'll see from a lot of the players in both of these sides. Pretty much their body, they just forget that it's actually a thing that you want to try and preserve. They'll just, yep, that's another big hit. They'll just throw everything into it, which is exactly what the crowd appreciates now. Great post-contact meters there for Nixon Putt. Moving that now almost a halfway now back across to the right-hand side. Now, that's actually very similar to what we saw them doing in the first half, I believe. Or no, actually, that's the opposite. They must just really like this near side of the field. Nice run forward by a Pape. Moves up, breaking the tackle, breaking another. Ball on the inside. That's class. Did he drop it? No, he didn't. I couldn't talk for a second there. Papua New Guinea have just tried to make me choke. 1 minute in to the contest, and it's the try for, I believe, Lachlan Lamb was able to score it. Yes, he was. And Papua New Guinea are back in. I'd love to hear what their coaches say to them to light a fire under them for the second half. Tonga are stoked for this half. Totally a wicked name for the stadium. And come on, PNG says Hanoi. A great run from a Pape. He just kept on going and going and going, and then he found the ball on the inside to Lachlan Lamb. It was class. My voice couldn't handle it, and neither could the Tongans. Great work. Beautiful play. Yes, you see what I told you, says Bernardo there. And yeah, like we mentioned, they needed to start the second half well, and that's exactly what they've done here. Great work from a Pape, breaking through about 3 tackles. Perfect pass on the inside. And Lachlan Lamb, oh no, someone missed the huddle. It kind of looked like the throwback Aaron Woods from State of Origin when he tried to jump on it and completely missed it. So in the betting odds, the TAB at Papua New Guinea has 1% chance of winning this game. That kick's gone over. It's now 18 points to 12. I doubt they are 1% chance of winning now. Papua New Guinea still actually $10 underdogs in this matchup. And also we get that Tonga still asleep in the sheds. Says Hanoi, and let's go, Marcus Bye, says Nate. And also one more try to go, boys, says Bernardo. Yeah, if they score another quick-fire try, all of a sudden, we're back to an even playing field, and we've got about 37 minutes of head-to-head again. But if Tonga get the next try, that is where it's going to be dangerous. But Papua New Guinea just about to run it back. Best game of the tournament so far, says Lax Axel. And yeah, both sides wanted to deliver, and I think they've been doing that so far. Hopefully it's the closest game. Is that Adrian Lamb's son? Not too sure, sorry. If it is or isn't. Lachlan Lamb's the name, though. So we might have to look that up A bit later on, another big run from Papua New Guinea. They're making a lot of extra meters here. Alam this time being tackled, and the Tongan coach just looking a little bit concerned with what is happening here for Papua New Guinea. Oh, he's dropped the ball, though. That's going to be the mistake. That PNG could not afford an alarm as to wrestle him down. Currently, Tonga now back on the halfway line. Their first real attacking chance of the half. Now, nice work from PNG's defense. MMT too busy throwing up Central Los Angeles King signs, says Marco Vunipola. And now I think with them having the ball here, they will start to be a little bit more effective. Kalamatangi was the one who took the contact there. Now going off to the left-hand side, but a draw and pass. Run forward for Felice Kalfusi. Off to the right now. Inside ball. Nice work for Chiwaka. We have got a new member on the channel. Moscow James, thank you very much, mate, for becoming a member of the channel. I'm bro to Papua New Guinea to win 1-12. Says Peronada there. And yeah, currently, I mean, oh, that's a shot in my ribs. I think his mouth was stuck open there. I think he had all the wind sucked out. And he was like one of those inflatable chickens. You know how they just go, ha! That's a weird noise to make for anyone just tuning in. Welcome in. This is the Kiwi Lads channel. Subscribe if you're new. And PNG closing the gap. Tonga must pick up the pace. Got attack and play, says Ruth. And just a little mistake there from Tonga trying to pass that ball into touch. Moscow James, welcome to the party. Rusky pop smoke voice, says Marco Vunipola. All right, 5 minutes gone already in the second half. I thought the first half went quick, but this second half seems like it's going to be going even quicker than that. Papua New Guinea, they've got this ball back now. Rolling it back. And here come PNG. And like they're saying, if it gets back to 18-all, it's certainly going to be a close one between these two sides. And the closer this game gets, the louder the crowd gets. And they're going to be absolutely electric out there on the park. Lamb goes short now. And like they're saying about the young winger, Dan Russell, didn't need to go anywhere near the touchline, but he did. He ended up stepping on the touchline, and that is what cost them one of their tries. And go Papua New Guinea, says Hanoi, big run forward. Great job there. They're up to their fifth and final. 37 metres game for Papua New Guinea, and now kicked high. Almost cleaned out. Going to be a nice bouncing one straight up for Tupou. I did predict to be the first try scorer of the second half, so once again, I was very wrong. I feel like I'm better at predicting who's not going to score the tries, which is a weird way of looking at it, but it worked out for me there. I was going to say, should I do a prediction of 5 players who aren't going to score the next try? But I feel like that will be one of the players who does, more than likely. And I'll say, yes, boys, or yeah, boys, got him hard, or get him hard, says Stephen. And there as well, Tonga currently hitting it up, 46.5 minutes through. Looks like an interchange might not be too far away for Matima'a. Now kicked him behind Alex Johnson. Going to be waiting for that ball. He's done well to regather because for a second there, it looked like he was going to be in a bit of trouble trying to run it out. Only about 12 meters out from his line. And also we get Hamish given a chance. Which will you choose? Dance or sing or play an instrument? Says coding. So I can only do one coding, or can I do one very well, one kind of good, and the other absolutely shocking? I feel like it's like that old game that you used to play when you had 3 people, if you guys know that one. A nice one. Camille's says that it was better. Another run forward. Up to 4th here for Papua New Guinea. Around the side. Good tackle. Great offload, though. Keeping it alive. Hello, welcome, Moscow James. Says Nate there. Up to the halfway line. 5th and final. And go the Camille's. Says Daryl there as well. So, yeah, Papua New Guinea. It's been absolutely awesome seeing all the support that they have had. Only one, says Coding. Right, I'll probably choose to be able to sing because I feel like it would go well with our commentary. And also, I cannot sing to save myself at the moment. Like, I can slightly play guitar, but there's a guitar right here. But, yeah, I wouldn't say I play it well. I just play it. And while the Tongans tire soon, says Hanoi, they will if Papua New Guinea can keep up this tempo. But the question is, will Papua New Guinea also wear themselves out by going this quickly? Matima'a, New Zealand, says Marco Vunipola. It's going to be the fourth at the moment for Tonga, 40 metres out from Papua New Guinea's line. Nice spin from Kalamatangi. Couple big fins as well, so he still gets to have another little bit of a run for Takiaho. He's been taken off. Talakai's been put on the field. Luke going to be shut down, put down on the ground as well, and that's going to be fifth and final. We watching go Cummels in there as well. Says Tony now going to the short side. It's kicked high. Alex Johnston, there's going to be a little bit of pressure on him here. He hasn't really been given too much of an opportunity to find the space. And you might have to bust out that infamous Antarctica freestyle, Hamish, says Bucko Vanapola. The fact that you remember that is impressive, because that was like a good 6 months to a year ago, Johnny. It must have just been that great of a rap, right? That it was just, it's stuck in your mind. You wait till I tell you all about phreatomagmatic eruptions. And let's go, says Nate, in there as well. Now Papua New Guinea, fourth. Now fifth. Move up to the halfway line. 9 minutes gone in this first half. They gained 53 metres in the process. I feel like we're at that middle stage of the sets, how it's just both sides going back and forth. Oh, you've got to try and get that one. Daniel Tupou had to wait for that one, and they decided to let it bounce, which is a very risky tactic. A rugby ball can be a terrible thing for bouncing sometimes. Now back across. Now Kola does well to drive forward. Like they're saying, Daniel Tupou allowing it to bounce was very risky, but it's worked out for him. Now, still going for Papua New Guinea fam. What is a kummel? And then as well says Mako Vanapola. Oh, that's actually a very good question that I don't know the answer to. So hopefully someone from Papua New Guinea will be able to help us out. I assume it's the side's nickname. Or I know it's the side's nickname, but I'm not sure of the origin of it. So do let us know, anyone does know the reasoning behind it. Now, it's going to be Russell trying to go through. Moves to 20 metres out. Seems like there's been a very even kind of phase after phase between these two sides. It's just kind of, you do your set, you kick it back. You do your set, you kick it back. It seems to be the pattern that we've got for ourselves at the moment. It looks like David Fafita's not too far off from coming onto the field for Tonga. He's going to be a certain impact player. Also, very scary when he starts getting a bit of stride going. Now, Papua New Guinea, once again, a beautiful run forward. Going off to the short side. Like I said, Namo. Wonder who's going to be the next try scorer. I feel like Papua New Guinea might have it in them, Like, they've got 60 metres there. They're starting to build into it a bit more. Also, what type of bird is that on the right side of the Papua New Guinea flag? Is it a bird or is it an orca whale? And Kummel is a bird. Oh, okay, so that will be a Kummel then, is it? Maybe. And wait, Hamish got bars. Where's that? Drops it like it's tights. Spinning Tupac lyrics. I'm a thug's life, says Nate there. I mean, in a way, I guess the commentary has helped with being able to talk really quick. It's a bird of paradise, says Zed there. I feel like there's a lot that I need to learn about Papua New Guinea in a way. Like, it's always been a country I would have loved to go to on a holiday at some stage. It's a good run from Fafita. Moving forward, and yes, that's a bird on the flag, says Johnny there. And also, it seems like the whole world wants Tonga and Samoa to lose, says Inouye. I think it's just that friendly rivalry between the Pacific Islands, although some people make it not so friendly, I guess you could say. And cheers, Johnny and Zed legends. And there says Mako Vanapola. It's going to be the last tackle for Tonga. They made 80 metres there. Oh, almost dropped by Tai. But he's been able to regather just before he hits the ground. He's played it just. Now Papua New Guinea once again attacking. Being held. But Tai, he could have had a little bit of a shaky moment there, Roderick Tai, if he hadn't been able to hang on to it. It's actually going to be a set restart. So this is perfect for Papua New Guinea. They'll look to continue driving forward, and bird of paradise, bro, says Daryl in there. Oh, here's a question, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are living in Papua New Guinea at the moment, if you were to go on holiday there, what region do you think would be the best to go to? Do let me know. I would be quite interested. I'd love to go to all of the islands, to be fair. 53 minutes in at the moment. Papua New Guinea trying to go through the gap, unable to quite find the mark that they were after. And also looks like a beautiful bird. I must make a Google search. Cheers, lads. Says Mako Vanapola there. Up to fourth now. Sitting 40 out. Back across to the side. Russell almost went through, but he's been stopped. In fact, it was Labour. Now the last play. Papua New Guinea. Brilliant pass down the wing. Oh, he's been smacked hard by Kohler. Wow. Kohler's just absolutely sacrificed his neck, his back, his head, and every other part of him to try and stop a bulldozer down the wing. That's pretty much like going, hey, I'm just going to run at a brick wall for fun. Just smack into it. Oh, a little bit of push and shove as there would be after a shot like that. I think it's quite dangerous in Papua New Guinea, says Anoi there. And also Highlands region and also the Oro province in the southern region for your holidays, says Perenata, and also PNG Inlands, bro. Says Daryl there. Right, they're going to be checking this one. I think the first initial reaction from myself was he got smacked that hard that his face hit the ground and the ball was just in touch. Okay, they're thinking it's no try for this one. Okay, they want to check if it's grounded and come to Goroka. And there says Henry. And he should have dived. Yeah, he decided not to. And that's great work. Oh, hits the corner flag. Oh, I think. Oh. I don't know. This could still be a try for Ty. Oh, I think he scored. That was very high. I think he's hit the corner flag, which is play on, and then he gets the ball down. And isn't that illegal defence? Yeah, it wasn't much of a rap in that one, I'll be honest, but they might be checking this one. Justin Marshall would have been standing up right now yelling, Boomfa, meo moyo, yes boy, says Marco Vunapola. I think that's a try for me. I think it's a try. I think I'm happy. I think it's close enough. And who scored the name of the person? So it was actually Roderick Ty and Visit the Island, bro, says Daryl. And it's try. Try, says Annoying. Yes, that's a try, says Perenata. Papua New Guinea coming back. Stays in his right hand. The referee, or the TMO, is trying to describe what has happened here 15 times from 15 different angles. Nice and steady, nice and slow. Why are we watching this so many times? This is a try, I think. They found a new angle. Oh, I don't know. The TMO's looking at it that many times. I feel like he's going to give it as no try because he's just said about the on-field decision of no try. The behind angle, very slow. This is taking way too long to decide if this is a try or not. For me, I think it's close. Okay, he said he's made his decision. I feel like it's going to be no try. It's like down baby video refs. Says like, yeah, the amount of times that he said slow it down, please. I think he's going to give it as no try. No try. And the crowd have booed big time. So I believe the reason that was given as a no try was because the on-field decision was no try. So they needed clear and conclusive evidence that they could overturn it. Now, the commentators are saying it should be a try. I thought it was a try, but they have said no try. And he'll say no try, says Annoying. Try just allow. Well, says Tony, has anyone got the team sheet with the players and their clubs next to each other, says Frank. I don't have the team that they play for, but I have got the team sheets here. So we'll put those up for you and swap them over very soon. But sadly, I don't actually have which clubs they play for. But I know a majority of them are in either the NRL or the Super League. And surely it's a try and Timo enjoying his 5 minutes. Yeah, and it certainly took 5 minutes for him to make that decision. It's okay, Papua New Guinea, as like the Queensland Maroons never say die, will still come back and try another angle, says Perenata. And also, no, come on, says Nate. And there, so yeah, this is the lineup for Tonga, and this is Papua New Guinea's lineup that they did go with. Now Tonga finding the offload. Oh, this is going to be insult to injury if Tonga can go through and get themselves a try now at this point in the match, but currently 22 meters through. Another step and another offload. Here comes Fortuaka building up. scoring a try in the first half. 15 minutes through the second half at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, and both of these sides seem like they are really attacking hard. It's going to be a loose ball. Oh, is it a knock on? Yes, it is, against the Kumals, and now Tonga will have themselves the scrum feed. This is danger right now because they are only a few meters out from their own line. Last thing they wanted was to put that ball down. And yeah, just ended up falling out of the hand. Not what he was after. Come on, somebody, let's have another try. Pity the white line. I was in the way. Should have been a try. So that is actually 2 down the wing that Papua New Guinea have not scored because of little mistakes. You know, he didn't dive at the line, which did always mean he was going to get a little bit more momentum, forcing him sideways. The one earlier on was, oh no, Kola almost getting through there. Almost dropped it, though, in the process. And also, they should make a New Zealand-based origin team. I think the name South Auckland Cody Drinkers would suit the New Zealand team in there as well. And so BS says Kai's Kitchen. Yeah, I gave it as a try down the wing. But the referee, I believe because the on-field decision was no try, that's why they ended up going with the no try. But I think from the first time that the referee or the TMO said slow it down a little bit, and then he watched it 15 times, I think he was always going to give it as no try, unfortunately, for Papua New Guinea. Now back across to the left-hand side. Now Tonga in a very good space on the field. Couple meters out. Ty just able to put in enough of a shove. Used his shoulder in the tackle, so should have been a penalty. Bro, all the lives are getting banned, says Heaves T in there. Yeah, all of the ones that are actually showing the game will continuously be getting taken down, unfortunately, which is why anytime someone asks if we can show match footage, that's normally why we are unable to, because they will just take us straight off YouTube. But now back across, Tonga 10 meters out. It's a little grubber in behind, well covered from Papua New Guinea. And I believe that would have been Emmanuel Wayne who was actually able to jump on that ball right. They're only a few meters out from their line. They need a lot of meters here, Papua New Guinea. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for this matchup. It's been a close one, and both sides put in their 110% into it. We've got Papua New Guinea in there in the chat from ANZ, and also the Tongan flags from Owen. And can this one be next? Says Eves D. I really hope not. And also we've got there Larum Kummel, the best, says Gertrude. Now back across. Nice run from Talakai. 31 meters gained from the set for the Kummels, and now kicked him behind, looking for the 40-20. No, it's going to be backing self up right into the middle of the field. Now Kola, he has had a huge amount of running meters throughout this matchup. Every time he gets the opportunity, no Heaves D, we follow YouTube rules and regs. And yes, yeah, step. And there says Daryl, and yes, yeah, says Mark in there, and the Tongan flags. And in the chat as well, a lot of people going for Tonga by the looks of it in the later stages, but we've still got a lot of Papua New Guinea supporters in the chat as well, which is absolutely awesome to see everyone getting behind their two sides. This was the matchup before the game had taken place. Everyone was saying this game is going to be, I guess, the one of the tournament almost was actually the comment. Now back across, David Fafita, nice footwork, 20 meters out from the line now, and Tonga, they're up to their third phase at the moment. Going back across, finding another offload, keeping it alive. It's the youngster, the try scorer, Isaiah Katoa. Now off to the right-hand side. Attacking run. He didn't want it. And now Papua New Guinea. It's going to be a good attacking opportunity to Lamb. Gives it off to the speedster, trying to keep it alive. Lam, though, he was just well shut down straight away. And also there come on the Kummels. A dead set slap for Tonga. Papua New Guinea underestimated, says Will Miller. Exactly right. When I saw that Papua New Guinea going into this match were $9 underdogs, I couldn't really believe it because they were always going to come to play. Definitely with the World Cup. It's going to be one that they want to make the country proud. But great first couple phases from Papua New Guinea. They were trying to get a 6 again call. It doesn't quite work out for him. Now back across. Labour goes into the hands of Wayne. Or is it Wayne? Wayne. It might be Wayne rather than Wayne. Possibly there. Now the grubber in behind. Going early on the fourth. It's going to work out in favour of the Tongan Star, and jumping on it was the number 5 for Tonga, which in this one would have been Sione Katoa. That was a little bit close from Labour to the head. And also $14 for 1 to 12. And there, Papua New Guinea, the referee is stupid, says John. And they were $12 in Fiji, says Augustine. Big shot from Papua New Guinea, driving backwards. They're starting to show a little bit more passion and physicality out there on the park now. Now Tonga still trying to drive their way out of their own, 20 metres or so. Looks like it's going to be relatively tough to do. Papua New Guinea's defence has gotten stronger as this match has gone on, but that was an absolutely brilliant offload from Tonga. Now David Fafita, a few extra metres considered offloading. Could have been risky though. Yeah, got it slightly wrong. And it's about Wayne there. Okay, so it is split into two rather than Wayne. Thank you very much for the help there, Abraham. And there was, I think I do still mispronounce some of the names that are out on the field. So hopefully as we continue going, we do continue getting better. Love my country, Papua New Guinea. Says Ratu there, and they certainly love to play a good game of rugby league, that is for sure. They have been a very entertaining side throughout the first 60 of this game, and they're starting to build into it. We mentioned about the fact that Tonga, maybe we thought they were going to have to beat a gas tank, but it seems like Papua New Guinea have got themselves their second win now, and they're going to be going off to the left-hand side in the midfield. Alam just trying to get the legs driving. It's been stripped out of his hands. That's the last thing that PNG needed. Now Tonga with the counter-attack. Nice run down the wing, sat down. Is that laboured again? He's just sat down 2 men in a row. He's just decided to get angry. He's one of the smallest players on the field, but he's put in the biggest 2 hits in the last 5 minutes. Yes, by the way, the ref must be blind or something, says Jay in there. Yeah, I felt that Papua New Guinea one down the wing was a try, to be fair. And also we have got there Waiane. Is how you pronounce Waiane. Says it was Augustine. Now Tonga. Still driving forward. 61 minutes through. A little bit of afters there in that one. It seems like both sides starting to get angry, which is good because we're going to see some even bigger hits than we've already seen. None of these players will theoretically have a muscle that isn't sore tomorrow if we see some more big shots. Now going forward, David Fafita, the strength of the big man, and he's claiming the try. He thinks he's scored, and he's that confident. He's that confident that he scored, he pretty much just dropped it down. He was like, yep, I've scored it. And also we get all viewers of Papua New Guinea played a good game. This ref make a fair game, says Natalie there. Now, the question is it going to be the try? I think the referee or the TMO has once again said he feels it's no try. So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not David Fafita has got this one down. If he hasn't, though, he's kind of just said, you can have the ball in a weird way. Okay, this angle's not going to show it, so they will have to go upstairs and see if David Fafita's been able to spin out of that tackle. It's only a metre short initially, then used the big size that he's got. This angle may show it here. I think Lamb's done brilliantly, though, to tie up the ball. Okay, I think that's up on the thigh. Yeah, and David Fafita should not have released that ball the way that he did and held up no try, says Daryl there. And all right, let's see, says Jay in there. Okay, in my opinion, the player then lets go of the ball. I've seen the angles that I've needed as the comment from the TMO. I think he might have accidentally blown this a little bit. And also we have got the Let's Go Papua New Guinea Kummels. And there, as I says, Kingsley, video ref, has made the decision of no try. So, still 6 points difference between the two sides. If it's a draw, do we go to golden point time, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. And win or lose, I love all my Pacific Island countries, says Ratu there. And yeah, we'll be getting into the summer season for you guys as well. What you think? I think it was a no try, and I think it was a massive mistake from David Fafita because he put it down. He thought he put it down. He put it down on the player's thigh, let it go, and went, I've got that one. Whereas if he had hung on to it a little bit longer, then at least they would have got themselves another set, or they would have had themselves another couple phases, and that's equal to true no tries, says Annoy there. Okay, Fotuaika's taken off the field. That is for Kalamatangi, who's made his way back out there. But Papua New Guinea, like they're saying, they have got the only try of the second half. Go, my countrymen, says Gertrude there. And yes, says Jay. Now back to the right-hand side. Good run for Papua New Guinea, moving into the half of the Tongans. They have made a lot more metres in the second half than the first. And I'd have to say probably about 1.5. Oh, that would have been a good ball if it had found the hands. But unfortunately, the little mistake, Wayne just wasn't quite able to hang on to it. And also, we've got the summer season coming up. Will that mean you'll be doing your stream shirtless, Hamish, says Marco? Probably not. Not that all we know of. Anyway, we haven't really got any plans to do so, but it's supposed to be quite a hot summer here in New Zealand, but that will not mean anything other than, I guess, just that will be hot and a thigh. That's clear. But an on-field decision, yeah, equal all right, says Jackson in there. And also, we look at there, 2 Pacific countries in action, love it. But I'm with my countrymen, go the Commonwealth, says Ricky there, and go Papua New Guinea, says Augustine. And also, you're on fire, Hamish. Let's get a smash 500k, says Nate. So, yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated. You guys will be in here. We are covering plenty more of the Rugby League World Cup on the channel. So, yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Looking off to the right-hand side now, Tonga with another big carry forward. The physicality starting to ramp up again. I believe that was actually Talakai. He's come off the interchange bench not too long ago. Kalamatangi also making his way back out there on the field. One last phase before they will either kick it or run it. But first of all, going to be a nice ball off to David Fafita. Finds his offload. This is where Tonga are dangerous. Nice little bit of silky skills. Just one more pass. Would have been what Kafusi needed. But I cut him off. 72 metres gained from the Tongans. Little bit of a slip from one of the Papua New Guinea players, which almost opened up the gap. Kick him behind from Kalamatangi and jumps in on it. Salam. And Papua New Guinea, you can still do it. And also dangerous Tonga can hit back now. Says it was there from Roof. Now, second tackle here. 15 minutes left on the clock. If Papua New Guinea score now, they don't even need the conversion because either way, they're going to need 2 tries. So if they can get themselves a double here, they will win this game. Honestly, Papua New Guinea is shaking here, says Ratu. It seems like the last, it's a knock-on. Okay, that's the mistake they could not afford there, unfortunately, from Nene McDonald. But yeah, like I was just about to say, it seems like the second half, I don't know what happened at halftime, but it has fired them up beyond belief. They scored in the first minute of the second half. We've got a captain's challenge from Papua New Guinea. They feel the ball might have been stripped. His halftime already started. Says Keith a little bit earlier on. Sorry for missing that one, mate. But yes, we are 65 minutes through this contest at the moment, even though our scoreboard, there we go. It has now updated itself. Subscribe, says Stone Cold. Hugely appreciated, mate. And yeah, we've got plenty more coming up. We cover Rugby Union. We cover Rugby League. Cover a bit of cricket as well on the channel. Right. So I think Papua New Guinea, they've challenged that because they feel that maybe a player's hand influenced that ball falling out. So Luke's actually got it in his hands there. Yep, that's a strip. That's a strip. So this should be Papua New Guinea's ball. Are you reading the comments or commenting on the live match? Says John. A little bit of both. So at the moment, we were just waiting for the TMO to make his decision. Unfortunately, the one thing we've noticed from this game is the TMO has taken a lot longer than he should have for a majority of his decision. But this time, the challenge was successful, and it was an illegal strip. Papua New Guinea, they're going to have this ball available. Why do we prefer the underdogs? I'm going for Papua New Guinea here, but I go for anyone against Oz, England, and New Zealand. Says Annoy, and I subscribe. Says BK, thank you very much. Hugely appreciate it. Is it second half? It is indeed. So 15 minutes left in this matchup. Papua New Guinea still extremely close the way it is sitting. Thank you, TMO. Says Peranana there. Kicking that one down into touch. Papua New Guinea. Go the Commonwealth, and thank you, TMO. And there as well. Right, quick tap taken. Papua New Guinea away. Once again, finding the offload. So early offload in the set. They actually had more of them in the first half than Tonga did. And I think that will continue. Wellington Albert. It's taken down. Being told to back up there for the Tongans. One last try in this game for Papua New Guinea just wouldn't quite be enough. They need another one on top of that. Going off to the right-hand side. In the first half, they went left a lot. They are going bottom of the field now. Alex Johnston, man who's been very rare to see on attack, getting another opportunity. And also, this commentator says FO there. Hopefully I've said your name correctly. I do apologize if I did get it slightly wrong. Now sitting on their fourth tackle. 30 metres out from the line. Going off to the right here once again. It's going to be Labour. Nice pass off. And good extra few metres made. Another good tackle made by Tonga. 66 metres gained in that set. Labour looking for the kick. He goes for the grubber. It's going to sit up for Whanua Blake, who actually ended up almost with an injury in the first minute of the game. Oh, that's a knock-on from Tonga. And it's a knock-on from Papua New Guinea. But it's a double knock-on. 10 metres out from the line now. Papua New Guinea are going to have the scrum. Now, they had one of these at the end of the first half. And when they did have that, they actually took too long for the scrum. So this one's going straight through, I would think. And it just went straight through the hands. hits the divot, as they've said, and Papua New Guinea now want to make the absolute most of this opportunity here. Right, Tonga, they are under pressure. Papua New Guinea, they smell blood, and they want to get themselves another try in this contest. They've already been the only team to score in the second. They get the ball out, going to the short side now. The crowd get them behind. Papua New Guinea, it's a try. And down the wing, Dan Russell, his foot certainly wasn't in touch that time. And Papua New Guinea back in the game now. This one's far from over, ladies and gentlemen. 600 views now. Like the video and subscribe to this channel, says Daryl in there. Yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. This game is going to be potentially game of the tournament, and it's going to be hard to stop it from being just that. Daniel Russell, like I mentioned, he had an opportunity earlier on in the game. He wasn't able to make the most of that opportunity, as he did end up with his foot on the touchline, but that is not what Tonga wanted. They had that little handling error. Then the first phase off the back of the scrum, Papua New Guinea, they shifted it left. Nice drawing pass from Alex Johnson, and Russell goes over for his first of the game. Also, go, Papua New Guinea. And also, we're really nice to see you. Happy for Papua New Guinea, says, and Notch, hopefully I've said that correctly. And also the Tongan flags from Paul. And also, we have got there Upler King. And why are all the lives copyrighted? Pretty much because of the Rugby World Cup. They've got the licensing behind it. So pretty much the reason ours hasn't been taken down is because we don't show footage. But if we were to show any match footage or audio, we would get struck straight away, unfortunately. And the video ref was wrong with that Papua New Guinea try earlier. Yeah, I felt it was a try. I think the only thing that stopped him from giving it, other than him looking at it 20 times, I think was the fact that it was on field, no try. But I still would have given it as a try. Justin Alarm sets up Justin Alarm. Says Nate Thompson there. Let's go Papua New Guinea. Says he'd have a nice one. Go Papua New Guinea. Says Chris Wright. A kick to come here. This is such an important one for Reece Martin. If he can get this over, we are going to be sitting 18-18, but it's a tough kick. It's right near the touchline. Has he got it in him? Papua New Guinea lining up this kick now. Taking those deep, methodical breaths, trying to slow it down, get that heart rate below about 250. He kicks it. It's beautiful. And that's going to be over 18 all at this point of the match with only, well, the thing is, we've got 11 minutes to go, so there's still plenty of time to still see some massive plays from both of these sides. And also, yes, Papua New Guinea coming close, says, and it was there from Falk. And also, it's not over till the siren goes, go. The Commonwealth and bro, Papua New Guinea, love your chats, says Brendan there. And I hugely appreciate you guys all being here. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be Papua New Guinea now with the possession. And no one has missed a conversion so far throughout this game. Both sides, both getting 3 from 3. Thank you for the Cummels. And also, we have got the other Tongan flags from David. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, at this point of the time, who do you guys feel is going to be able to go on and get themselves the final points of the game? Still 10 minutes left. That kick was sensational. It certainly was a big pressure situation, and he was able to absolutely nail it. But Papua New Guinea 30 meters out from their own line now. A good run forward from it would have been, I believe it was Wane. Now back across, moving up to halfway. And this would be the upset of the first round, you'd have to say. If Tonga are defeated with the amount of favourite that they were, Papua New Guinea would do a massive favour to a lot of sides if they were able to take down Tonga. Leave Samoa out of this, says Tauluna there, and also the Tongan flags. And can you say my name so I can show my friends? And that was David. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, though, so I feel like I would absolutely butcher it for you. Sorry. Oh, my voice is starting to disappear. This game's been hectic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk tomorrow after this one. 9.5 minutes left of the contest. Tonga in position now. Nice run forward, but a good tackle made by Watson Boss. Tonga using Kalamatangi. He has been an effective weapon for them throughout this contest. Up to the halfway line, quickly taken by Tonga, going off to the right-hand side, trying to go through it was Whenua Blake. Another good tackle made on him. Talakai, he is off the field. Taokiaho has made his way out there. So Papua New Guinea and Tonga, I believe both sides have made around that 6 interchanges, so still 2 more for the last 10 minutes. Chasing after that one, Alex Johnson takes it nicely. Trying to go through one of the leading try scorers in the NRL throughout 2022. Always makes meters, always scoring in the corner. How much time left still? Another 9 minutes on the clock. Papua New Guinea in possession. 25 out from their own line. Tackled by Fafita. Now going off to the right-hand side. Beautiful work from the Tongan defence at this stage, not allowing Papua New Guinea to get too far out of their own territory. Now to the right. Quick hands starting to open up again. They're up to 4th tackle here. A nice commentating, bro, says Mark. Do appreciate you a lot, mate. We have got plenty more of the World Cup coming up on the channel for both of these sides' games. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. As like I mentioned, it is very hugely appreciated. Final play, 38 metres game for Papua New Guinea. Kick down Tonga, taking it just out from their own 10-metre line. It looked like a couple of players took each other out there. I believe that was Kalfusi getting involved on the Papua New Guinea players. Nice run back from it was Katao. Looks like Olam was staying down for a bit, but he is going to be back up to his feet now. Alolo here. He actually helped set up one of the other tries that we saw earlier on in the contest, almost up to halfway already for Tonga, and they're only up to the 3rd tackle. Referee shouts held. St. Helens, this stadium has seen some pretty awesome games in the past. It is the stadium of the defending champs in the English League, but this has certainly been an entertaining game that many people who are at the game will remember. There's an injury for Kalamatangi. That does not look too good. I think he's asking for the penalty. He's not going to get it. And the decision has now gone through. Oh, okay. It's dangerous contact. I'm not too sure who said it in the referee's ear, but he was initially not going to give that penalty. He waited a good 10 seconds or so watching the player on the ground and then went, yeah, I guess it's a penalty. How long until full time? Only about 7 minutes left. And also Papua New Guinea says Beto there. And come on, Tonga says Boomy. And at the chat as well. I do apologise for the messages that I am missing, ladies and gentlemen. I probably will have to go back and read them after the live stream is done so that I can see exactly what everyone is saying. And yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more coming up in the future, like I mentioned. Right, you cannot hit a player in the leg with 2 in the tackle. This looks like it's going to be a kicking attempt from Tonga. They are willing to take the 2 to give themselves just a little bit more of a lead. And also, we'll be doing more live broadcasts of the World Cup games. We certainly will be. We haven't got all of the games of the Rugby League World Cup just with work commitments, but we're doing a majority of them. I believe of the 8 games in the next round, we're able to do 5 of them, including Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, Papua New Guinea. All of those games are going to be covered on the channel. What's the time left, though, says Becky. At this stage, 6 minutes left on the clock. And now Papua New Guinea, they might find themselves 2 points down here if this kick from 41 metres straight out in front can go over for Tonga. Like I mentioned, conversions, very successful today. All of them have gone over 3 from 3 for both of the teams. But now it's going to be Isaiah Katoa, I believe, on debut for the Tongans as well. A massive kick to come now. He's been striking them nicely off the tee all day. This is a big pressure kick, though. He hasn't got much of that at all. In fact, he is shanked it away to the right-hand side, and it's going to be an unsuccessful conversion. The worst he has struck one today, and it was the one that may matter the most. And go Papua New Guinea, says the Dumchi there. And also, let's go Tonga, says Romeo. And go Papua New Guinea, says Fredlin. Now, first for Papua New Guinea. In fact, now they're up to the 2nd. Like they've said, it is game on, but those 2 points could be a crucial miss for the Tongans here. Now going for a brilliant run from it was the number 4, Justin Olam. And come on, Tongan boys, we got this, says iHeart. And now 5 minutes left on the clock, it certainly is. So either side still have a chance. Kalamatangi with a big bit of contact there on Wellington Albert. Kalfusi was able to finish the job, 31 metres gained. Now across a little bit further, last tackle, 31 metres, and they kick it downfield. Nicely taken by Kohler. He has been very good under the high ball at the back. Are you broadcasting the Australian versus Scotland game? I am hoping to on the Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m, I believe it is, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, that is one that we are hoping to be able to do. And also, we have got there that. Thank you, bro, for doing the broadcast for Papua New Guinea. No worries at all. I absolutely have loved doing this game. It's been so close. And like I mentioned before the game, everyone was saying that this game's going to be match of the tournament, and there is no way you can miss it. That was the money conversion just missed by Tonga. Yeah, that was the one that could have won the game. Big run once again from Taukei'aho up to 4th. Currently, Papua New Guinea just trying to make sure that they don't allow Tonga to make too many extra meters, but Luke with some quick stepping around the side. Right, Lolo here finds a brilliant offload. Tonga still managing to keep it on 4th. Back across, Kalamatangi. goes with the offload again. Papua New Guinea actually playing with 12 at the moment on the field. One of their players are down. David Fafita takes the big shot, and now they find another offload. Did he offload it late? Okay, he did offload it, but now the referee says give it back because he needs to go again. 77 meters gain. Luke slings it back. Kaufusi with a bit of a mistake. 3.5 minutes left. It's scrappy from Tonga, but they keep it alive for a bit longer. Katoa now starting to set up nicely on the outside. Still up to fifth. They don't look like they're kicking it. Offload on the outside. Down the wing. Now another offload. This is going to be dangerous for Tonga if they get this wrong, because they have done about 6 or 7 offloads in a row. Tonga chase and Tonga score. And it's going to be Kalamatangi who gets them for the try in the 77th. And that could be the match winner for Tonga there. Right at the end of the contest. There is still time left, but that could be the massive moment. They probably did about 17 offloads there, trying to keep that ball alive for as long as physically possible. And now Kalamatangi has scored. It looks like there's a bit of push and shove going on the far side of the field. Tensions and tempers will be flaring, and this is a tight match. I never thought it would happen like that, says Coding. And also we've got their nature balance and kick missed. And it's all happening now. Come on, Tonga. And also Joe says Francois is very happy, or Francis it might actually be. And Papua New Guinea was never defeated by Tonga. It's today that it's first. It's recreated. Go Tonga, says Amos there. And go the Camels, come on, says Israel. Still time left on the clock. They'll be hoping to have half a chance there at the end of the game to try and get a little bit of a fire back, but they've only got 2 minutes to do so. They scored in the first minute of the second half. Something to remember. So there's still a chance for Papua New Guinea, but that was sensational from Tonga. The fact that they just wouldn't give up, wanted to still find that one. You can see how much it means to Taumalolo, who's up there and absolutely loving it. 1,500 live watching on YouTube. Yes, it's absolutely insane how high it has gone on this live stream. Tonga all day says a streaker, but yeah, anyone who is new, sure leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back in the future. Who thinks Papua New Guinea players are feeling cold? Says Jay in there. I mean, they'll be feeling disappointed at the moment. There's not a lot of time left on the clock. Who do you support? Says David. I mean, I'm from New Zealand, but I'm pretty impartial when it comes to my rugby league. I've only recently gotten into the sport, and I've loved it ever since starting, because there have been some insane moments. How many minutes left? We have got 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And also we have got there Alex Johnston. And there says Jay, and time please, says Fred Lean, currently 78 minutes, 29 seconds. Now, they are going to end up lining up this kick. This will use up a little bit more time on the clock, which won't be a bad thing if you are Tonga. Going to have as many phases as you can in a row here, but they were so close for Papua New Guinea. Now, Tonga, this kick, theoretically, it needs to go over, and you can do it, Kummel, and we should be held responsible in there for a stupid decision-making, says Falk, and also please give them strength, says Baby Peter. And there as well. Right, lining up this kick to make it 24 points to 18. That one's gone over. Now, my prediction before the match got underway, I said Tonga by 6. That's the way it's currently sitting. Hey, Hanson, what country do you support? Says BK. So I guess I should say New Zealand because I'm from New Zealand, but I'm still pretty impartial in that regard. But I love watching Pacific Island rugby. This is like the best thing you can have for a Wednesday morning. I think it's Wednesday. I've lost track of my days at this stage, but I got up very early this morning. 100% worth it to see these two sides go head-to-head. Papua New Guinea goes short, but it's straight out on the full. Unfortunately, the mistake there, and now Tonga will have themselves one last attacking opportunity. Support the Kiwis, bro, says Boomy. Clock is winding down. Let's go, boys. Tonga, Hamish. You look good in anything. And there as well. Appreciate that, Ruth. Thank you very much. And also what happens, Samoa, says Francis there. And it's Wednesday, isn't it? Says Daddy Hully. And there's it's Wednesday, brother. Now Papua New Guinea still too good. And Papua New Guinea says Joseph there. But this will give Papua New Guinea a lot of confidence heading into their next game. Yes, it may not be a victory in this one, but when we think about it, their next games, as long as they win them, they're going to be through to that quarterfinal. Keep the ball, Tonga. And WF Papua New Guinea, you can do it. And then how long till full time? We have currently got a total of 52 seconds left. So not too much time at all. All Tonga need to do, just phase after phase. Don't make the mistakes. Don't look for offloads. Just hit up, and then they should be able to close it out. Yep, Wednesday here on Manus Island, says Mark. Here's Tonga, good job, mate, says Anita. Now roll back. Tonga with Kaufusi. Let's go forward. So Wales and the Cook Islands, they are the two other sides in this group with Tonga and Papua New Guinea. So I'd like to think both of these sides will be making their way through. And Roderick Tai was denied, says Doris. He was indeed. Now 15 seconds left. Now Fanua Blake decides that before he can put the ball down and place it, he has to make sure that his shirt does not have any dirt on it. One last phase. Fifth and final, going to the short side for Tonga. They might be able to get themselves another one here. They will be held up. That will be full time. And Tonga with a narrow victory over Papua New Guinea, 24 points to 18. What a game between these two sides. Could have gone either way multiple times throughout this one. There were those little moments that both sides will be regretting. But one thing's for sure, these sides have to be the favourites to go through to the quarterfinals, the way that they have played in this matchup. It just was so even, so brilliant to watch. And GG's Papua New Guinea. And also we get the Tongan flags. Well done, boys, with disallowed tries. Says Moses there, and Kummels still maintains the good spot. And also, who do you think is going to win the cup? I know that Australia are favourites. England looking pretty good at the moment as well. But looking at these two sides, they keep on developing throughout their games. As long as you get to the quarterfinals, at the end of the day, it's just playoff rugby. And as long as you get your games right in the playoffs, anyone can win that Rugby World Cup. Beautiful game, Kummels. And then also not many penalties given away. Very disciplined and not too many bad tackles. Good game, says Ruth. Yeah, I think we saw a lot more of a, I guess you could say, a structured, I don't know, I almost want to say respectful game between the two sides. Both sides knew of the opposition ability, but they didn't want to, I guess there were no real cheap shots or anything like that, which is always awesome to see. When you've got two physical sides, sometimes the tensions can get the better of them. They start kind of hitting each other a bit harder and a bit higher than they should. But this game was pretty good. Oh, and Peter, cheers for streaming, says Peter in there as well. And who won? It was Tonga in the end, 24 points to 18. So they were able to get themselves a very hard-fought victory. An embarrassing performance from Tonga, but we'll take it, says Nutty. And anyway, Papua New Guinea boys still winning, says Daddy there. And also we're going to win the World Cup, says Francis. A very good game played by both teams. I'm pleased with my boys. And Larum Kamal Fly, says Hink in the chat as well. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who would you give your man of the match to for anyone who did watch this contest? I feel like there were a few players who did really stand up throughout this game. Talutau Cola's probably in there with a decent shout. Also, the youngster Isaiah Katoa, although he did miss that kick that almost cost them that game. Will you stream more today? I don't think we've got anything else planned for later on in the day, unless we do maybe some T20 cricket. And thanks for streaming. There as well, says Nutty, no worries at all. And Australia is going to win. Tonga needs to step up their game big time, says Nutty. Although I guess everyone wants to have that nice warm-up game. Just get one under your belt, and then from there, I guess slowly build into it. Exam time, boy, says George. So good luck with your exam. Hopefully you do end up passing with flying colours. And England have this World Cup in the bag, says Greg Hill. They are a very strong side, England. And the way that they did play earlier on from their first game up against Samoa, beating Samoa by 54 points is huge. And yeah, they're certainly going to be a side to watch out for in the future of this Rugby League World Cup and on home soil. It just helps them. Hey, man, thank you for the live chat. Says Mark, no worries at all. We will be back for plenty more of the Rugby League World Cup. So anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for streaming, brother. We'll subscribe just to watch other live matches, says Daddy. And the other thing is we also cover rugby union. So anyone who's keen on the rugby union scene, we are going to be doing the November internationals. We cover Super Rugby. We're hoping to do some more of the NRL in the future as well. One on the comments, not bad. Great start. And also we have got their Samoa on top, says Nutty, next time, boys. So I will actually mention the next time that both of these sides are going to be playing, because I think that will be a good one to know. I know there's another game left of round one. That is Wales versus Cook Islands. That is tomorrow morning. Sadly, due to work, we aren't actually going to be able to cover that game. But all of the games in the future from Tonga and Cook Islands, or not Cook Islands, sorry, Papua New Guinea, we will be able to cover on the channel as well. So the next game for Tonga, they are going to have themselves the challenges in Wales. That's going to be next Tuesday. So 5 days, 22 hours time at 7:30 a.m. New Zealand time is when Tonga play Wales. And then Papua New Guinea, they will be taking on the Cook Islands. That is on Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. We will be covering both of those on the Kiwi Lads channel. Papua New Guinea would have won if they just distributed the ball from one end to another rather than playing too much And the ruck says, Keith, yeah, the back line, it was working beautifully. Anytime they did the passes out to the left, that seemed to be their more effective weapon. And, it just seemed to be those little moments in the game, such as that scrum at the end of the first half, such as that foot in touch when they were trying to go for the try, that one right in the corner, all those little things that Papua New Guinea will look at after the game and go, what if we had got that right? Tonga, they had a lot that they would be thinking they had what ifs as well. So both of these sides, they'll be looking to drive themselves, be motivated for their next games, try and get themselves a big old win as well. Catch me at Otahuhu with my Samoan flag. And also we have got there, you have been a neutral commentator so far. Thank you, love, from Papua New Guinea, says Brendan Thomas. And that is the style of commentary we normally do on the channel. We do try and be as even as possible so that both sides who are watching can both enjoy the game rather than just talking up one side, if that makes sense. Congratulations to Tonga for winning this game through humbleness, says Keith there. And good game, boys. Watch you all the way home, says Clayton. And I have to say a big thank you to you guys who have been watching from Papua New Guinea, from Tonga. It's an early morning start. I believe it's only about 6:25 a.m. or something along those lines in Papua New Guinea. And it's absolutely awesome having you all here for these live streams. What game are you going to stream after this? Says David. So the next game that we have got on the channel, I believe, is actually going to be on Saturday. I think it's Australia versus Scotland will be the next one. And you can be an awesome commentator, says George. Do appreciate that a lot, mate. And how damn close can it get? Thanks for your love, your lovely energetic commentary, Kiwi lads, and love the commentary, says Ali there. And great one. Tonga, Papua New Guinea were the best, though. This is a true World Cup battle, yeah. And I mean, before the match, I mentioned about how this game has potential of being the best game of the World Cup, and that is even including finals and everything along the lines. And I was hoping it would be close, and it was beautiful play from both of these sides. Keeping it close, it's awesome to see. Sad result, Papua New Guinea deserved the win, and that third ref is bent. Simon in there. Yeah, there were a few interesting decisions. As soon as he looked at that one for the 10th time, I was like, oh, he's not giving this one. Even though some would say it was a try, I thought it was a try. He didn't end up giving it. In the end, we're with you, the Cummels. Let's go for the win next game, says Joseph. So, yeah, their next game is going to be up against the Cook Islands. Going to be a great game to watch, and we will be covering that one on the channel as well. And also Papua New Guinea better, definitely better than Samoa, GG boys. And also we get the awesome commentator, says Clayton. Do appreciate that a lot. Gertrude is in Port Moresby as well. But nonetheless, I think we are almost at the end of this live stream. I do thank you all very much for tuning into this one. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Like I mentioned, we're going to be back with not just Rugby League. We've also got Rugby Union, some cricket and the T20 World Cup coming up. We're covering the Women's Rugby World Cup as well, and plenty more along the way. And thank you, says Saipaya. And thank you, brother. Nice live chat from Papua New Guinea, says Vincent. And yeah, do appreciate every single one of you for being here throughout the match. It's Kummel playing against another team, or they are done playing for this year. So the next game is going to be up against the Cook Islands. And then after that, they have got their next game after that one up against Wales. So I'm pretty confident they should make their way through to the quarterfinals. As long as they get the win over the Cook Islands and Wales, they should be there. I think their points differential, because of how close it was, it should help them out big time. Whereas someone, like, that's the thing. Every other game was split by 22 points or more throughout this first round. And who was your man of the match for Tonga? I'd probably give it to Tolotau Kola, just with the work that he was able to do at the back. But, yeah, Isaiah Katoa also a very good shout, I would say, in that matchup. And hang in there, Tonga, hold your nerve. And also, awesome, bro. Thank you for the commentary, says Shane. No worries at all, mate. And, yeah, we've got plenty more coming in the near future. I can already tell that my throat is going to be very sore for the rest of the day and tomorrow. I think I was shouting quite a bit throughout that live stream. So hopefully, wish me luck. Hopefully it doesn't completely end up disappearing. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully we will get to see you for our next Rugby League World Cup live stream. And yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all for the next one.